And I do believe I put it on the Twitter post too. Okay, we are live on Twitch, so let's do a clap. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Hunters Hub. This is your host Fortuan, joined by co-host Sasha. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
I'm doing good.
Doing all right.
I did not sleep well last night, but I got a nap in. So and joining us today, Joy-Con J.
Hey.
We had Ace drop out, so we need an emergency guest. So here he is to save the day.
Yeah. And I'm technically two guests, right? Because on the channel, we got some father son hunting going on, and the son is with me too. TJ. You can say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So it's a little 1.5, 2 guests, however you want to call it, but. Yeah, man. He reached out
to be part of the channel.
Yeah. It's all good vibes around here. So yeah, appreciate you calling, man. Appreciate you.
No, I'm glad to have you on. It's hard to find a guest within 5 hours. It is really. So this is Hunter's Hub is a video game podcast born of the Monster Hunter community. Doesn't necessarily mean we only talk about Monster Hunter. We are still trying to initiate Sasha into our cult of the hunting of monsters, but we'll see. She doesn't have to.
I'm just going to say what I said last week. Mass Effect Legendary is out. That's really going to inhibit your efforts.
That's fine.
Just being honest.
That's totally fair.
Playing.
So real quick, I did want to talk a little about some Monster Hunter stuff, some stuff that might have scared away Sasha last week that we were talking about the crown hunting. So
oh yeah.
I finally, and I mean finally, after 4 months, crown hunted Somnicanth. And it took 106 to get both crowns. Now, here's the thing. I did a lot of research. Now, it's not that I didn't research before, but there's been a new method discovered to crown hunt that has possibly fixed things. However, it was working up until I hit Tobi Kadachi, and I have been stuck on Tobi Kadachi for 3 days, and I am now at 160 something Tobi Kadachi's hunted.
Oh man, here we go. So what's the method?
So it's called quest cycling. It's a theory, and we don't know if it works yet. However, I did have promising results to begin with. I was sitting at 100 Somnicanth when I started it, and like I said, I only got 6 in, and then I got the last crown. So the idea is that this might help with some explanation for Sasha, but or listeners who don't know what crown hunting is. In Monster Hunter, monsters can appear in various sizes, and there are 3 sizes that are considered a large crown, and there are 3 sizes that are considered a small crown. Typically, the best chance is that a quest could potentially have all 3 sizes on a quest at a 1% chance to appear in the quest. So, the best odds are 3% for either crown. Hence, it takes a lot of hunts. However, there is a way to manipulate the odds supposedly through something called quest cycling to make it easier. Apparently, the randomization in Monster Hunter is bad and wrong. And having a 1% or a 3% chance, which typically means that you should see 3 of a crown within 100. And when I've regularly hunted something 100 or more times and not got crowns, it doesn't feel like the odds are right. And I don't think they are. So what this thing, and I've noticed this myself, but it took someone more observant than me to really pin it down, is that when you're hunting, you'll notice sometimes that a monster tends to cluster the same size on a quest often. So if you're hunting, you're like, oh man, that's small. And you do the same quest again, it's still kind of small. It may not be a crown, but they tend to cluster on one end of the spectrum for some reason. It changes every time you cycle the game or change from offline to online. So anytime you sort of like make a new instance of your game, it reshuffles. But they still cluster. So the idea is you go to Kiriniko or whatever resource you have to see what are the best options for crown hunting the quests. For instance, there is 3 quests. There is a 6-star quest and a 7-star quest for Tobi Kadachi and an event 7-star that are all viable. And then, of course, every single high rank expedition is also a 3% chance. So you do one of each quest. You look at, you size compare like most people tell you to do when you're crown hunting. And I do it by eye. I'm actually pretty good at doing it by eye, but most people tell you not to. But I mean, I've been crown hunting for so long that I can just do it. I actually use a measurement. It's my hunter. Most people use a barrel bomb because the barrel bombs are always the same size. But you go and you look at it. You see which one is tending towards the smallest or the largest, depending on which crown you need. And then you farm that quest, and it should be targeted to get a crown of that quest. However, this has not worked for Tobi because Tobi won't cluster. Tobi has not been clustering. However, the other monsters did, and I got Rathian done, both small and large crown, within 3 quests. I got Narga done on accident while doing Bariath, which took about 4 quests.
Wow.
So I got a lot of crowns this past week, probably about 4 or 5 that were meaningful crowns. I also got ones that I already had. I got a larger Lagambi that I didn't need because I already had Lagambi finished. It was just, the method seems to work. However, it must not work for Tobi for some reason, or I'm doing something wrong for Tobi, because I do believe since I started this quest line for Tobi I think has been over 100 hunts since I started. I think I started at 30 or 49 killed / hunted, and I now and I started capturing at that point because I don't capture usually, but I do for crown hunting to make it faster. I have now captured over 115, and it has been aggravating to say the least.
So basically, in Pokemon speak, this guy is shiny hunting. Okay,
I get it.
Pretty much Monster Hunter shiny hunting. Because the crowns are very small chance. It's like, oh, this is really big. This is really small. Like,
this is my last step into 100% guild card completion. This is my last step. So
okay.
That's it. It's just an achievement hunting thing, and that's what I've been mostly focusing my time on. My progress on the Outer Worlds has grinded to a near halt. I have been doing mostly just Monster Hunter. But we are not here to talk about just Monster Hunter tonight. We are here to talk about the upcoming games that we are looking forward to, whether it be this year or further in the future. So we have quite a good bit of games to get through, but I had been talking about on Twitter my recent escapade into crown hunting. When I get Tobi done, I'll be doing a party because I'm betting it's tomorrow, and tomorrow's my birthday.
Ooh,
so it will be a party.
What a birthday present! Extra large Tobi for you.
Small. I'm looking for the small one.
Oh, extra small. Excuse me.
Yeah, I've had the large one for a while. I keep getting large ones too. I believe that's the other part of it. Anyways, so
instead of going down, it keeps going up.
Well, it's doing all sorts of things. It's going up, down, sideways,
left, right.
Up, down, left, right. Tragic.
So upcoming games. Sasha, you said you had about 5 to get through.
I have 5 that I feel have a pretty good chance are going to come out this year, and then I have 1 that I think is coming out next year.
Okay.
So 6.
6.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you have? How many do you have? I'm just trying to figure out how to do the order to make it make sense. Because I have 7.
How many I have? Oh, you have 7? Okay. So let me think. I didn't write them down. Okay, so I got this one. Okay, I got that one. Okay, I got that one. We got that one.
I like this. This is funny.
I can guess what 2 of them are.
What?
I can guess 2 of them.
You can guess 2 of them? Okay, guess 2. You can say it out loud. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Say it.
I don't want to say because I feel like it'd be better if we just said it when it's time.
All right, fine. I probably got a good like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Releasing like super soon. Like we got like release windows for most of them, except for maybe one.
Yeah, and of course, if we share one, feel free to chime in and all of us talk about it. They're gonna. I feel I'm going to have a few where I'm just like the only one that knows and talks about it because I'm into weird stuff sometimes. So.
Same.
The first one that I want to talk about, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be on all of our lists, is Pokemon Arceus. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was one of the two I was gonna name. I'll just say the
I
other
figured.
one.
Sunbreak.
It's probably gonna be the new Kirby game. Kirby is the new.
I left that off my list. I forgot about Kirby.
Yeah, we have Kirby on our list.
We can't forget about Kirby because they showed the co-op, and I was like, "Yo, T, we're gonna beat this game together again, like Star Allies." Yeah, so
I can't.
Yeah, no, Kirby would 100% been on my list if I remembered it. That's.
But yeah, we'll get to Kirby. We'll get to Kirby. You brought up Arceus.
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 So it's coming out in a matter of weeks, right? Like it's next Friday, right?
Yeah, it's just under 2 weeks, huh? Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I went to
28th.
GameStop today, and they're planning a midnight release party.
Ooh.
Oh, you're getting midnight?
I mean, I don't think I'm going to, but
Gotcha.
I haven't been to a midnight release in so long.
Gosh, the last one that I did, I'm pretty sure was Call of Duty Black Ops. Like, I'm pretty sure it's been since that.
I think the last one I did was Skyrim.
Smash Ultimate, I think, for me.
Smash. Okay, that's a lot more recent than the ones we were talking about. Yeah, Smash Ultimate. That's 2017 or 18.
18. Yeah.
I know one that.
A midnight release?
No, I didn't do a midnight release, but I know someone who did.
Who?
Your sister, Janelle.
Oh yeah.
For Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yeah. She was up all night waiting for it to come out so she could order it.
Oh, that's digital, yeah.
Yeah, the digital version.
Yeah.
She was waiting for it.
That was a
we're talking about going to the
beautiful.
store at midnight.
That was a beautiful
but she
day,
stayed up
though.
all night waiting for that.
The Animal Crossing Horizons and Doom Eternal release on the same day. I loved it. There was so many crossover art. The Twitters are following each other and they were tweeting out each other's games. Like it was.
And then we got the Doom Me in Smash Bros. And it was like, all together at last. We can do it again. Yeah.
And they actually did that in the trailer. They made him high five or something. Like I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that joke. That joke that will never get old for me.
Never ever, because they're so opposite, Like it's good. It's a good joke. It's a really good joke because how opposite they are. You give Isabel a shotgun, or you give Doom guy I don't know, a shovel,
a fishing rod.
A fishing rod. There you go. That's even less violent.
Yeah, he's fishing for demons. That's all he would care about.
Fishing for demons.
Yeah. So Arceus. They put out a lot of info recently on Arceus, and I was like, oh, okay, this is getting kind of hype.
But there's only been one that involves anything with Arceus. Like the Pokemon Arceus, there's only been one trailer for it that's ever involved it. I
think they're gonna do something secret with it that we don't know about yet. And
that's why they're keeping it in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I cannot wait for this game. I will literally stay up all night waiting for this game.
I mean, I was gonna get this game regardless, but now I'm pseudo required to for the podcast because it is our next Bickering Buck episode.
Bickering Bucks.
After we do Jurassic World Evolution 2. So
that's right. Yeah.
Which we are recording that on the 25th. The episode will probably be out the 26th, and then the 28th Arceus comes out, or Arceus, or whatever, however you want to call it. And then Pokemon is the next game we're doing. So I was excited to play this before, but I'm excited to see how Pokemon plays differently.
Mm-hmm.
We have to
all the trailers, I haven't seen the newest one, but all the trailers that I had seen, it looked rough. It looked really rough, and I'm still very concerned, but I'm still excited. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see something
cautiously optimistic.
I want to see something new, but like it was like the battle system where we're just sort of like snapped in like an MMO, and I was just like, I don't want Pokemon the MMO. I don't want that.
Well, you said you haven't watched the newest trailer?
I have not.
So the newest one, I remember, I think it's like pretty long, and they go like pretty in depth with like all of the systems and stuff. And I will say, game which looks much more cleaned up than it did before. You know, like the infamous Chingling, the 5 frames per second. Like you don't see anything like that anymore. And then they do go over the battle system a little bit. Like there's like in the beginning, you kind of have to like, okay, do I want to start a Pokemon battle with this or not? And like you got to avoid attacks from certain Pokemon. They might attack you, like you, the trainer. Like these Pokemon
like the anime. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get smacked like 2-3 times, you black out and you drop some of your items. So like,
wow,
don't get blacked out. Yeah. Or you can choose to like sneak up on a Pokemon and then you throw your Pokeball at the Pokemon. Like there's like a reticule on screen that you can aim, kind of like a third person shooter. You throw it and then your Pokemon comes out, and then it kind of looks like a regular Pokemon battle, right? Sure. Where you can choose like speed style or power style.
And it slows you down. Agile and strong.
Agile and strong style. Thank you. Yeah, agile style or strong style, and it looks kind of like. Did you play Final Fantasy X?
No. Actually, yes, but it was years ago. I was in high school, so
that's okay. So you know how like in the corner it'll tell you like the turn order. Like there's a turn order. Yeah. So kind of like Shin Megami. Yeah. There's a turn order, and it'll tell you like the order of who's gonna act next or whatever. And like speed style will move you up, and you can possibly get 2 actions back to back. Or power style will slow you down, but you hit harder. Like it's Pokemon battling. It's the Pokemon battling you know and love with like a extra little twist. I wouldn't call it.
I kind of like that idea.
It's like using an attack move. But like also using like one of those moves that raise your speed up, like with the agile style.
Right.
And it's like using a powerful move that raises your attack up. Like instead of using like just one move that raises your attack up or using one move that raises your speed up, it's all one big attack.
Yeah, you can do like a speed style buff and then hit it with a strong style regular attack. So it could get pretty deep. I could see how like it's gonna get deep. And like the game is cleaned up. I wouldn't call it like groundbreaking. Like it's not a PS5 game, it's not an Xbox Series X game, but it's way cleaner than the first impression. Because
I'm super excited for it.
I'm still excited. I'm not a person who cares about graphics. I mean, we had this discussion a little bit on Twitter. I'm still playing Monster Hunter on Switch. I don't care what happens on Rise on PC, even though I've had some people say like, well, that's just because you don't have a good PC. Like, no, I have 64 gigs of RAM. I have 2 solid state drives. I've got
flex on them.
GTX 2070 cross-fired together.
Flex on them. Yeah.
I built this beast to do the podcast stuff mostly, but also game. I have not run across a game I cannot max out yet on this sweet.
True. Yeah, I'm the same. I got my PC is actually pretty. I have a 3060 i7. And then I need more RAM. I'm gonna get more RAM, but I can't leave my boy behind. You know what I'm saying? We're both gonna go to Sunbreak on Switch. I can't leave him behind and jump to PC. So as much as fidelity would be nice, we wouldn't get to play together no more like how we do. Can't do that, man. So I'm gonna stick out on Switch, and like I got hundreds of hours already. So why trash that for more frames per second? And I'm under the impression that a stronger Switch is coming in like a year and a half. So, like, good things come to those who wait. I ain't worried about it.
Sure. I mean, but the last time we heard that, we got an OLED Switch instead.
You're right. But it's already out. They got to do something now. They got to do something.
We'll see. So, Sasha, what are your thoughts on Arceus, however you say it?
I mean, I'll probably play it eventually, but it's not like a burning desire on my list right now.
I can respect that.
I mean, you are a newer Switch owner, so you're not indoctrinated yet.
I haven't even played Sword and Shield. So
Okay.
It's fair.
It's good. It's good. It's good. If you like Pokemon.
I like the story.
I do like Pokemon. I just,
especially with the expansion pass and all the new storylines and how it plays out. I like that.
Old school.
Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for this new feature where you have to like sneak around and don't get spotted by the Pokemon, or else they can run away, or they might try to attack you, or they'll just ignore you like a Bidoof.
Like, you're still talking about Arceus. Yes. She's go crazy.
Speaking of Bidoof, did you guys see the Bidoof Day thing? Did you guys see the Bidoof
Day?
Oh my god!
It's like Groundhog Day, but it's Bidoof.
No,
it's pretty cute.
No, there was.
That's what I thought about it.
There's a small like animated short of a Bidoof. It's like a trainer finding a Bidoof, and it's a really really cool like short movie. I think it was made by the Pokemon Company. It's actually out there on YouTube. It's about this trainer who gets a Bidoof, and the Bidoof is so happy because like the trainer saved it from something, so it joined its party, kind of like the anime, more so than like, hey, I just went out there and threw a Pokeball at a Bidoof I beat the crap out of. Like, he saves the Bidoof from something, and you see the Bidoof all happy, but you see as the time goes on, he gets a little more sad because he realizes that the Bidoof has only really been trained to use cut to get him through places. So, like, he's been like an HM mule the whole time in the party. And, but there's some hilarious animations. Like, oh, he saves him from what's a Starling? The evolution of Starling. The biggest one.
Staraptor?
Staraptor, yeah. There's a Staraptor that's about ready to basically kill Bidoof, and the trainer saves it with a Lucario. And there's this hilarious, absolutely hilarious moment where Lucario shoots like an energy ball or something at the Staraptor, and the Staraptor does like one of those anime things like this, where he just slightly moves to the side. Right, and it just whizzes past him, and then it just blows up the forest behind him. And Staraptor's like cool demeanor goes to like, what just happened? And it's so hilarious.
Okay, he thought he was hot. He was like, you ain't hit me with that.
It's such a funny video. It's so well done too. I don't want to spoil more of it. You guys need to watch it. Like I think it's just Bidoof's Day or Bidoof Day or something like that. Like it's beautiful.
We'll check that out.
We might watch that after this.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Bidoof Day completely side railed me on that. So Arceus. I was gonna say one thing. I'm still gonna do Bug Trainer Cham. I'm still gonna do it. I don't know how. I don't know how well it's gonna work. Now, if I have
in
Arceus, yeah, because this is my self-imposed Pokemon challenge. I did it in Diamond, and Diamond was not easy. I'll tell you right now, only having a Cricketune in Gym 1 is why it took me 4.5 hours. But
oh heck no, man! Man, they need to buff bug types.
I have been farming for any type that's good against earth or what ground types.
Okay.
And rock.
Water and
I'm trying to get water and
grass.
Fighting and grass and like I'm just farming for them, and all I get is stupid Machops. Like that's the only Pokemon I get, and I already have
Whoa. Don't hate on Machop.
Oh, he disrespected Machop, man.
Man, fighting Pokemon have a lot of worth. Just don't throw them out there against birds, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I will say.
I just run away because I'm tired of it.
You gotta go to a different area. You talking about Brilliant Diamond?
Yeah.
Okay, because I got you that for Christmas. Yeah.
I'm playing Brilliant Diamond, and all I get is that Machop, and I go to a different area. Still, I'm getting Machop.
Tragic. I'll show you how to get through.
I mean, it's better than Cricketune, 100%. You know what you know what Cricketune got me to do? I got to put things to sleep, and then that's it. Like nothing Nothing else works against any of that gem at all. Nothing.
Jeez.
Just put it to sleep and wait till it slowly dies from sleeping.
I mean, you put it to sleep and use pound, which isn't really effective. Like,
so tragic.
Rock.
That's all you could do.
Yeah. Wow.
But I stuck to it. I got through on a miracle. I got through.
What'd you get? You land a crit or something?
Not just crits, but also staying asleep for like 7 turns stuff. Like just.
Oh.
It took a lot of grinding.
Oh, that's old school. Because I think in the new ones, a Pokemon can't be asleep longer than 3 turns.
Well, okay, 7 turns is in. I put it back to sleep, so it wakes up, and I time it well to put back to sleep. Heal up while it's asleep, and then continue to grind its health down. And then also, I ran into this problem. I didn't even have, I only had one that was a natural Pokemon that I caught because you weren't able to get to the bug types before I got there. So we do what we call, my brother and I calls the dark deal, where I give him all the starters. We know that. Ever since kids, we've all been doing that. Give all the starters to one, reload, save, and then that's your character. I'm the mule character that gives the starters, and my requirement is he trades me a bug type on my real save. Okay. So my starter was my Cricketune. Now, unfortunately, because it was traded, it stopped listening at level 20. So I was also dealing with it not listening.
Oh, he hit you with the Ash Charizard. Uh-oh.
So, yeah. Anyways, our Pokemon Arceus is not too far away. I think it's the closest on my list to coming out.
Yeah, for sure. It's the closest on. I think it's like the first big release of the year.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like across all platforms, almost. I mean, indies drop every day. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, this is like a big, it's freaking Game Freak and Nintendo. Like, this is a big release. So I think it's the first one of the year. So yeah. And then I think up next is gonna be one of the games I'm super, super looking forward to. This guy too. Forbidden West, Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, yeah, the PlayStation one. Sasha would have no idea about.
I still need to
like an Ace game.
Yeah. It is, yes.
I still need to beat it because I've been playing a lot of Tales of Arise, right? I've been playing a lot of that. It's good, but I'm like, wait, I gotta go back, get to Horizon so I can be ready for Forbidden West. It's kind of coming close because I think it comes out February,
something like that.
I'm stuck in Horizon.
I still haven't done the original Horizon as well, so I'm not going to even think about Forbidden West until I do the original. So
yeah,
it's the same thing with me. If I don't complete the original game, he won't let me get the extra. Until I beat the first story of Rise, he won't let me play Sunbreak. That was the same thing with Pokemon Sword. He wouldn't let me do the expansion pass till I beat Sword.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have the full experience, man.
Yeah, you gotta earn your chops, man. You gotta earn your chops.
But I was so happy I did because it gave me so much more time to grind, and I was ready for every single one.
See, he appreciates it.
Every single Pokemon tried to kill me.
In the moment, he was like, I was like, go earn it, man. Go get it. Go out there. So yeah, he also has a Horizon save on the PS5. And I didn't really start playing it until the 60 frames patch came out, right?
Sure.
Because I bought it. I think I bought it for $15 on sale somewhere. And I was like, oh, okay, bet I can't pass this up. I'll buy it. And then I put it in the PS5, and I was like, this is still 30. I think they're gonna patch this later. So then the patch dropped, and that's when I really, really, really got into it.
Sure.
To take advantage of the PS5 power. And then he came to me one day, hey Dad, I want to play Horizon. And I was like, I think you can. Yeah, I think it's not too crazy from what I experienced. So I'll let him play a little bit.
Not overly violent too, because you're killing machines.
It's machines, right? It's sparks. Yeah. It's not like blood and guts. The language isn't all that crazy. I
was happy to play, except for these stupid 2 corruptors in this stupid little base with all the people, all the killers, and the 2 corruptors. And I snipe one of the corruptors, kill him. The other corruptor comes, and I start bowing him down. And as soon as I shoot him, he comes up to the area I am.
Yeah. Oh, he came up on you. He pulled up on you.
No, literally, I was hiding behind a little cliff where nothing can get to me. He still found a way to pull up right next to me and start killing me. He still found a way to get right next to me. This man literally teleported right next to me.
I don't know about teleport.
So this man walked around and climbed up, and I'm like, how did he get to me? Because I'm on that one cliff that nobody can get to, that nothing can climb up.
So that's where you stuck?
And I'm on top of that cliff, bowing him down, and that thing still finds a way to get up here and kill me. So I'm stuck right there. Right. I kill one of the corruptors, I kill all the killers, and then now one corruptor gets me.
Why am I just now hearing about this? Why didn't you tell me you got stuck?
I did this a while ago.
Lies.
This is not my first time
Lies.
telling you about that.
I want to hear it.
I told you about this the first time I got stuck. I told you help. Like, I kept reloading the quest every single time I died, and then I told you I'm stuck. And you said, retry, And so I retried, and I retried a bunch of times, and I told you again, didn't do anything.
Okay, I'll help you. But yeah, so that's the next game on the list, Forbidden West. I hope me and him can beat it before we go, because if I beat it and then I start playing it, he gonna look at me a certain type of way, and I don't want to do that to him.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I just got to the kill. Like, I just passed the killers. I just passed the part where we first see the corruptor. Like,
I got you.
I'm at the beginning of the game.
Got you.
And I'm already stuck.
I got you.
Horizon is a very hard game.
Next game on the list.
Sasha, let's hear one of yours.
Tiny Tina Wonderland, which is like the Borderlands.
It's another. This is why I wanted to talk about stuff tonight, because like I forgot about that one too. So here's a cool thing. My brother finally got a hold of PS5 this week. I haven't been able to be like super excited about it, because I'm not kidding. The night that we got it, on the way home from getting it, we hit a dog in the car, and I was just like,
man,
everything is ruined. Now we did everything we could. I don't know if it's alive or not. We didn't just hit it and go. We checked in on it. It was a stray. Pretty sure it's a wild dog, and
man,
it was huge too. Like, it took off my fender. My fender is gone.
Gee. Wow.
Granted, I have a plastic one. Well, we didn't want to touch it because it was a wild dog. So we're like, it may bite us, and it was big. It was a big lab. And we're like, mix, obviously. But yeah, it was, we were so excited to have the PS5. And a big reason, Sasha, that reminded me of that, my brother's breaking point where he's like, I'm going to pay $2,000 to a scalper, is Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That's his game that we're like, we are playing this together when it comes out. Like, it is happening. So, go ahead.
Man, don't do it.
I'm getting pretty excited about it. I think it is going to come out in March.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So, I'm obviously going to play it on Xbox, though, not PlayStation.
That's cool. Hey, yeah.
All good. I am not an Xbox hater. I just tend to... I follow Monster Hunter, and Monster Hunter is very favored by PlayStation, unfortunately.
I am looking at these classes, and Stabomancer is calling my name.
Stabomancer?
They are sneaky. Yep. Sneaky, critical hit-focused assassins who summon magic, whirling blades to the battlefield and disappear into the shadows at will. So basically a Siren class from Borderlands 1...
with daggers.
In this, like, D&D world, yes.
Yes. You know what?
Yes.
Stabomancer has to be my favorite class name of anything ever right now.
Stabomancer.
Like, what that is amazing.
I've never played a Borderlands, but I like that. I like how I can kind of tell what it is. Like, it's like, okay, it's kind of goofy, action, adventure, first-person shooter. Like, I like how over the top everything is. I was like, hey, this kind of looks heat. I might have to pick that up and try it. So I kind of forgot about it. Snap. Yeah.
Borderlands is a lot of fun. I kind of fell off of the Borderlands wagon after the second game. I played a little bit of the prequel, didn't get super into it. I loved the Telltale game.
Oh, yeah.
But I am super hype about Tiny Tina's Wonderland because I like all the fantasy sword, all that good stuff. I think it's enough to bring me back to Borderlands.
Agreed. I mean, I fell off of Borderlands after 1, and I am super hyped for this game. The fantasy setting does it all. I love the comedy in the series. The comedy is always the greatest. Like, and even if it is reference filled at times, sometimes it's just legit, just good writing too. There's this. I don't know if it was a glitch or it's intended, but there's now this inside joke between me and some of my friends we play board games with, where we had played Borderlands 3 together a little bit on when we had PS4 that we were playing around with, and you choose like there's like an option in the quest, and one of them's called the Blood Path, and one of them's like something else. So like this guy in his creepy voice starts singing, "We're on the blood path now. We're on the blood path now. We're on the blood path." Like he just starts singing it the whole time in like the intercom while we're playing. So like every time that we're like playing like a board game or Magic or anything like that together in this group, if you just choose to go aggro at somebody, like you're just going aggressive, my brother and I were just like, "We're on the blood path now. We're on the blood path now."
Okay, I see.
And like we totally stole that was Borderlands 3 that we stole that from. So like the comedy is always on point. And yeah, Tiny Tina's Dangerous Dungeons or I can't remember. But Tiny Tina's Wonderland is the name of the game, but like it's inspired from a DLC from Borderlands 2, I believe.
Yes, I think it was the last DLC that came out for that game.
Okay, yeah. Which is just a Dungeons and Dragons version of Borderlands. And I am here for it.
Dope.
I am down. This is I love D&D. Big reason why Pan and I had met when she was previous co-host of the show, Pan, is because we were both big into D&D and writing for D&D. So I am all in 100% of that game.
Heck yeah. Yeah, seems good. I might venture out and pick it up. But I mean, there's a whole lot of 2022 games coming out. I mean, like last year was kind of slow-ish when it comes to game releases, and all those games got like delayed to now, and now they're gonna come out. So this year seems like it's gonna be like a 1.5 year type year. You know what I mean? Because like we're gonna get like half of 2021 in this year right now. And like I don't know, with the new situation in the world, we might get. I don't know. It might just be the norm because like it's all starting back over again and blah blah blah. But I don't know. The beginning of 2022 it's looking kind of nuts. So I don't know if I'll have time to slide it in.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to. It's just going to happen. Like that's the big reason why he got the PS5. And no, we didn't get it from a scalper. It was a trade-in at the local game store.
Dang, y'all lucked out.
He compromised and got a used one.
And it was a disc version, the one he wanted. So
hey, that's what's up. It's crazy to think that like I've had the PS5 for almost a year now. I got super dumb lucky. I went to Walmart for like groceries or something. Like she sent me to Walmart. Said, "Hey, buy these things so I can cook dinner." And I went to the game section, just kind of, in Walmart. I was like, y'all got that PS5, right? Just kind of like messing around because I knew they didn't have it right in my head. And dude was like, "Yeah, we got it." For real? Like, can I buy it? He was like, "Yeah, go wait over there.
Go get it."
Say less. Went over there in line, bought it, came straight home. I didn't even like the lady. There was a cardboard box, and the box for the PS5 was in the box. And she put the box in my cart, and she was like, "Hey, do you want me to just leave it in this box so nobody knows what you have?" I was like, "Perfect." Took it to the car, opened the box, make sure it's for real in there. Went straight home. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go back and get the groceries. Let me get this out the box, get it set up." But I didn't want to leave this in the car and then go back into the Walmart and then come out and find out my glass is busted and all that, So yeah, it worked out. It worked out. But yeah, it's been here.
I was so happy when it got here. I was like,
Christmas.
I actually
Christmas
that wasn't
in March.
Even me.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was my birthday, Christmas, like every single holiday where you can get some type of gift combined. In one day. And one day we got the PS5.
Wow,
that's crazy.
And I didn't even get to use it that day.
Not that day, but you got to use it. I mean, that was all you talked about for a while.
Astro's Playroom. That's the only game I played.
That was all you talked about for a while. Anytime I looked at you, it was PS5. PS5. Dad, can I play PS5? PS5, please.
PS5. And Mom started making jokes off me, like when we were typing, like when I was on my iPad texting or something. She said, "PS5."
That's it.
And I'd laugh.
For me, the PS5 was permission to play all the PS4 games. I was very upset at their loading times, so
that too.
That's what I did.
PS5 was better frame rate and more games.
Yes, because when I first got the PS4, it was a Metal Gear Solid 5 machine, and then Monster Hunter came out, and then it was the Monster Hunter machine, and then I don't know, I kind of waited a little bit, like I was just kind of chilling, like I was happy with my Metal Gear Solid Monster Hunter machine, and then the PS5 came out, and I was like, you know what? Since it's back compat and like it upgrades all the game, let me get all these like PS4 exclusives that I kind of passed on. Like let me catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Spider-Man was one of the first.
I did get God of War.
Spider-Man, God of War, all those big PS4 hits that I just didn't play because I didn't want to deal with my PS4 being a jet engine. I played the PS5 stuff. So Tiny Tina's Wonderland is what we're really talking about there before we got into a PS5 talk. Very excited for that game. Very awesome one coming out also very soon. Let's just get this out of the way because Sasha, you're on the fence about it, obviously, but Jay and I are definitely getting it, and that's Sunbreak, which is the expansion of Monster Hunter Rise that is happening. We know of exactly 3 monsters that are new in it. We know it's Master Rank. There's not a lot that we know about this yet. My biggest hope for their marketing campaign is that we're done. There's like a launch day trailer. That's it. I don't want to see anything else. I don't want to know anything else. Being what we are, being the Hunter Sub, being the longest running Monster Hunter podcast, podcast in the Monster Hunter space, I would say, in the Monster Hunter community. That I don't have the ability to not watch the trailer and talk about it. But I don't want to know every monster going into it like we did with Rise. Rise had exactly 0 surprises outside of Narwa and Ibushi. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the surprises it had came in like the later patches, like Basil Goose.
Sure.
Right the first time. Hell yeah. Basil Goose was a surprise when 2.0 came through.
Chameleos, Teostra.
We knew Chameleos was coming. We knew.
Kushala and Teostra.
Yeah, we knew they were coming too. We didn't know Valstrax was coming. We didn't know Valstrax was going to end up in the game. Everybody was like, oh my god, please, Valstrax, please. So that's cool. But I agree. I don't want to know all the monsters in it.
Crabs are back, though. I'm happy to see Crabs.
Yeah, Crabs. Yeah. Shogun, Scimitar. Man, that armor's going to be so damn good. Oh, I'm excited. Because I play mostly Blade Master, and like it's going to have Razor Sharp. It's going to have maybe handicraft, speed sharpening, I mean, Joe Cena might come back. I want to see Joe come back, and I don't want to hear nothing about it. Like, I better be able to run into Joe, first quest I loaded up, get my ass whooped. Like, I want Joe to be strong, and I want him to pull up, like, on the second quest you go on in Master Rank. I want him to ruin the day. Because these Fifth Fleet, people that just started with Rise, they don't know about Joe. They need to know about Joe. Okay. And then what else?
I like Sasha's like, I came back hearing about Joe, and I have no idea what's going on.
I'm just gonna write this down. I need to know about Joe.
You need to, and spell it JHO. That's very important that you spell it.
Yep.
And then also maybe I want to see like if we get no more monsters, maybe show me this one more Seregios and Bleed. And tell us Bleed is coming back and that they've reworked it. and tell us Regios is coming back. So yeah, what you want to see, man?
Well, I just want a really good armor set.
Yeah.
That works perfectly for like a longsword, because longsword's my main weapon. Mm-hmm. So I want to see an armor set completely perfect for longsword, like perfect skills, like right amount of jewel slots, like the amount of slots I would need for longsword.
Trust me, it's going to get crazy. Master rank gets crazy. You're going to get some crazy stuff, and you're going to get some crazy stuff for longsword. You're going to get some crazy stuff for all sorts of weapons.
Yes,
there is a monster,
and I will be your guide. Okay, I got you.
There is a monster that I have not fought.
Mm-hmm.
That I will eventually fight, but I have not fought, and I would think would be cool if he was in Rise.
Sunbreak, the new one.
Sunbreak, yeah.
Okay, which one? Which monster are you thinking about?
Well, I have not fought this monster before. Well, other than the one time I encountered him in World.
Okay, go on.
I want to see Savage Devil Joe.
Yeah, Savage Devil Joe. My son for real, man. Joe, you want to see Joe? Yeah. See Joe, okay. Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Savage Devil.
I am very big on monster count because monsters are the economy of Monster Hunter. Hands down. Fair. Lore, player, everything. Monsters are the focus of the game. They always have been. They always will be.
For sure. They're the main characters.
People start asking me, like, how do you play this weapon? I'm like, I'm sorry, that's a hunter question. I'm on the monster end. You want to know about monsters? I'm your monster guy. You have hunter questions? Go to Morg. Go to Ace. Go to go to anyone else. I'm the monster guy. So on launch,
monster guy, I'm the weapon guy.
On launch for base world, we had 30 monsters. It increased to about 35 or so before launch of Iceborne. We went up to 68 or 69 monsters. We doubled the monster count. I want to see the monster count double. I want to see us go in the 80s for monsters. Mm-hmm. And and I don't care if that's returning or new monsters, but I do want to see a majority of new monsters. That is my only thing that I really have not enjoyed about the recent Monster Hunters is they rely very heavily on the past roster, or I want to see them bring back monsters that we have not seen in a long time, and or frontier monsters, Akura Vishima, Espinus. I want to fight all sorts of things that we have never seen in a mainline Monster Hunter. So I want new fights because I am not playing Frontier. I'm sorry, I'm not faking a Korean social security number. It's not happening. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I want to see monsters that haven't been around in forever. You know what I mean? Like, and on the channel, I made a video about Giganox. I want Giganox to come back. And I just recently, like my most recent video I dropped, Lucent Nargacuga. I want to see subspecies that have been out of the game for a while. Like
Abyssal Lagiacrus.
Yeah, exactly. Laggy in general. Like, pull up. Bring the old guys back, you know.
Lagiacrus. So Sasha, not to leave you in the dust, but we're just geeking out about monsters that we haven't.
You guys enjoy your talk. It's totally fine.
We're gonna get you folded back in. There's way more games to talk about. 2022 is gonna be a banging year. Watch.
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to say about Monster Hunter.
But
so what's up?
Go ahead.
Well, there are a lot of monsters I haven't fought, but I want like old monsters to come back, like monsters from 3.
Yeah.
In Sunbreak, because I didn't fight any monsters in 3.
Let me ask you this.
Because when I played 3 on the Wii U, I was scared of going near a monster.
How old were you? Like 3?
Yeah, when I started playing Wii U and actually went into 3, I was actually like 5.
Yeah, you're
like I was 5 and I was completely scared. Like I didn't want to go close to them. I just stood to the sidelines and just gathered my resources and went back.
You used to change the armors. Like you were really big into changing up the clothes.
Oh yeah,
the armors.
It's you get to play dress up in Monster Hunter super hard. It's so fun.
Yeah. This was before this guy was in kindergarten. He was just loading up the Wii U. He's like, Dad, I want to play Monster Hunter. I said, okay. Just gave it to him, and then I'd catch him in the box, just switching the armors around. And I was like, all right, don't delete nothing. Don't sell nothing.
Just checking out, like, the weapons and the designs.
Yeah.
Like, I was all for, like, seeing what armors mixed well together and looked really cool. Like I was all like with that.
Yeah.
But
So,
if anything,
mm-hmm.
I actually want to see a monster.
Okay.
Like a completely new monster.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That has a specific type of armor. Like an armor that like only its parts, like because some armors you need to have like iron ore, like in some other parts from a different monster or something.
Yeah.
I want to see an armor or a weapon from a new monster that only uses its parts. Like there's no extra materials needed. Like you just took all its monster parts and upgraded it fully.
Okay.
Like you only could use its monster parts. You couldn't use
So
iron
you
ore.
gotta fight. You can't.
Okay.
You don't.
You have to fight it. You can't just fight it once, craft the weapon, or craft the armor, and then just use anything else you have to make to upgrade.
You want like a grind? Like you want to have to fight it multiple times?
I want to like the event quest for Akuma.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
You have to do it multiple times and get the materials so you can actually craft it.
Okay.
Like I want something like that, but not to be just an event quest, to be like an actual a monster to fight, like a story quest monster, like a monster that you are forced to fight.
I think you're gonna get that. Watch. Just wait. Be patient.
You probably will.
Yeah.
Malzeno is probably going to be that monster.
Yeah.
The vampire dragon.
The vampire. Yeah.
I will say one last thing on Monster Hunter so we can move on and talk about other stuff tonight. I'm going to ask a little J here. I'm sorry. I don't remember your name there.
DJ.
All right. What about, and this is returning, what about a returning monster, and you've not fought it because it's coming from second gen, a giant turkey that puts you to sleep.
A giant turkey that puts me to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That seems fun to fight because you'd have to think about you'd have to bring energy drinks, you'd have to bring like things that counteract sleep. Like I think it'd be a fun monster to fight. I'd like to see that.
It's called Hypnocatrice.
Hypnocatrice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trees. That makes me think of a bird I know.
Yeah, it's a turkey. A turkey's a bird.
Yeah, but trees.
Yeah.
Think of a bird that ends with trees.
Cockatrice is what it's.
Cockatrice, yeah.
Which is what it's referring to.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think of a cockatrice.
But it's shaped like a turkey.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's
turkey or vulture because I've seen a vulture that looks like turkey in Texas.
Turkey.
It's brown with orange feathers. It's a turkey. It's straight up a Thanksgiving monster. It's
hold on, let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, you can pull it up for him. Every
God.
Thanksgiving, I remind people of this monster in Monster Hunter because a lot of people have not fought it. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving monster.
It's a turkey. It's literally a turkey. It's a monster
that
turkey.
puts you to sleep.
Yep, it puts you to sleep.
Yeah,
it's got tryptophan.
That looks like a move from. I feel like because it's a turkey, it'd have moves. Like it uses sleep attacks, but it also has moves similar to Kuliaku. It's turkey.
It kind of does. It is a bird wyvern. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm seeing this one picture here, and he looks like he's doing the jumping move. Kuliaku also uses.
Yeah.
I said uses like 3 times.
Sunbreak, of course, for Jay and I. We'll see about Sasha. She has not entered the fold yet.
One of us.
Do not forget me. I force play.
One of us.
Yes.
We got to get her to play it, though. Get her to play it.
Yeah.
Convert her. Surround her. Do the summoning ritual.
So the other one that I want to get to, and I don't know if Sasha, if you've been into the Souls series or anything, we haven't heard much from you on that.
Dark Souls?
I don't have enough time to be angry while I'm playing video games.
Sure, understandable.
My husband's really into these games, so I have a feeling that I know what's coming next.
Yeah, it'd be Elden Ring. Elden Ring looks really good. We talked about PS5 earlier. Demon's Souls was the first PS5 game I got on. I had originally beat it on PS3. I didn't finish it on PS5. I didn't have the patience.
It's that hard, huh?
It's pretty hard. Like,
I've never played a Souls game.
Yeah,
never.
They're tough. So Elden Ring looks pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I purposely have been kept kind of dark on this one as well. I don't like, that's not something I usually used to do. I don't normally care about spoilers, but there's a point sometimes where I'm just like, you know what? I just don't want to hear about it. I just want to experience it myself. And that's kind of what I've been doing with Elden Ring. I haven't watched a lot of the demo stuff people have been doing. And that's early February. That's like, oh, man. We're talking weeks.
Oh, I think it's end of February.
Oh, is it end of February? Okay. I thought it was
early. I only know this because when I was Christmas shopping, I said to my husband, I'm like, what do you want? He's like, Elden Ring. I'm like, isn't that February? He's like, yep, that's all I want. Elden Ring. All right.
That's funny. So
just an IOU with Elden Ring on it. Here you go, honey.
Yeah.
Well, so today I was going around trying to find him a new PlayStation 4 controller because his controller is like rubber banded together. Like, you're gonna play Elden Ring on that? Okay.
Nice. That's good. My PS5 controller here. Actually, I got a black one recently for my birthday.
Ooh, lucky.
My brother was like, we went in Walmart because he just got his PS5, and he came out with 2 controllers. I was like, don't you already have? Why would you? Well, what is the point for having 3 controllers? I don't get it. I don't get it. So he comes walking out, and we're in the parking lot, and he just hands me the black controller. Here you go, happy birthday.
That's good.
Like,
that's good.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's actually a question in the stream chat. Mm-hmm. Is Elden Ring going to be a co-op game?
I don't know. I've been completely radio silence on it. I
don't know either. But
I don't think so.
Well,
traditionally, they're not.
I know Elden Ring's definitely going to be on Xbox because I'm just looking through my friends and I see somebody playing the demo of Elden Ring.
It looks like
there's somebody playing a demo of Elden Ring.
It looks like it's going to be like all of the other Souls games. So
that's
there will be like invasions, some PvP.
Okay.
Some limited co-op options.
Yes, because that's how I beat the original Demon Souls. Is a friend and I would call each other on our phones and sync up our world, like our like buddy up system in Demon Souls. So there's a limited co-op. It's I don't know if that's true in Elden Ring. Oh, preacher, you. He wants to see Ace and I play together, which, yeah, yes, I don't have problems playing games with Ace, but yeah, he wants merch. So, Jay, do you have another on your list that you'd like to talk about? Because I don't have much else to say about Elden Ring. I had radio silence on it.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, let's do it together. The Kirby game, the Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Speaking of, hey, Preacher of Valor is thanking you for looking at the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of co-op games, right? We're gonna use the segue. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. They recently showed the new trailer, and it has like co-op in it. So.
Yep.
Apparently we could play the whole game straight through co-op.
Yeah,
that's gonna be super excited. The first 3D Kirby game, aside from like Air Ride,
or Kirby Golf. Don't forget Kirby Golf.
Really?
Kirby Golf was 3D
Kirby Golf
on the SNES.
So yeah, and Star Allies, we played Star Allies when it first came out, like all the way through, and that's the first game you beat by yourself, huh? Star Allies?
Yeah, because you played through it with me. We did our own little save, and we beat it together. And then I went through and did every single level and then beat the final boss by myself.
By yourself? Yeah, that's the first game. I'll never forget that. That's the first game you beat by yourself. You came to me, how old were you, like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
And you beat it. I was like, what? You beat it all by yourself? He was like, yeah. I mean, so that's one thing. I really hope this game is a little bit harder because, he's kind of grown up now, you know what I'm saying? So he's got a little bit more gamer skill. I want to see him, get the game a little bit harder so that we actually have a challenge going.
I'm actually reading chat right now.
Yeah.
It says Kirby needs to be a real estate agent. He knows all the good spots for restaurants.
Yeah. So definitely want to play that Kirby game. I think it's gonna be super, super fun. And
it looks fun, because you get to play as Waddle Dee, like the spear Waddle Dee.
Yeah, bandana Waddle Dee.
Yeah, because I've seen him as a co-op character in other games, in Kirby and the Rainbow Rush or whatever.
Oh, the Rainbow Curse, the Wii U game?
Yeah, the Wii U one. I was able to play as Kirby while somebody else could be Spear Waddle Dee protecting me from the little hands.
Yeah. So they got Durag Waddle Dee in the game. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that. So I think that game is going to be. It looks super ambitious and it looks super clean. Like it's giving me I kind of want to say like Luigi's Mansion vibes. Like, hey, this game is prettier than we think it is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3 was amazing.
It's gorgeous, right? Like, and me and him, we played through the whole thing together, just like that. So
Cece and I played through with some of Emery's help.
It's a really good game, actually.
Yeah. What's he saying? Let him finish. What's he saying? Who played through it? You and who?
My daughters. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cece being my oldest one and Emery being my younger one. It's only 2 and there's 3 of us. So Emery helped out a little bit. She's the younger one. But they both love Gooigi. And Gooigi is just I got a shirt because of them that is Luigi hugging Gooigi and a bunch of hearts and stuff around him. Nice. Yeah, Kirby looks amazing. If you want to actually, co-op has been a thing in Kirby for a long time. I used to play with my brother on the Super Nintendo, Kirby Super All-Stars. The copy ability, I think, originated there, and that's what they were saying, the copy ability, which is basically Kirby eats an enemy and then creates an ally from the enemy, sort of. So, that's what copy is. So this new trailer showed up a lot of new powers, too, that I haven't seen. Now, granted, I haven't kept up with Kirby since, GameCube era. But, the drill going in the ground, I think that's new. The tornado is certainly not new. I know that. But, there's all sorts of cool, fun abilities, it looks like. It's just cool to have, a Mario Odyssey-esque Kirby. The first time.
And even, for the first time ever. And I think some of the old abilities will feel new because we've never used them in a 3D space. So there's that too.
When you talked about that ally, I actually watched a speedrun. You showed me that speedrun. And they made a wheel ally. And it unlocked a special skill, Wheel Rider. The Wheelie Rider.
Yeah.
Where you can hop on your ally and just go
zoom around. Yep, that's an old ability.
Run into everything. Don't matter. Run into everything.
Just run into it. Yep, that's what he does.
I remember that ability. I actually used that ability because Super Nintendo has Kirby's Adventure, and that ability is actually in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've used that ability before, but not in the ally version.
Sure. All right.
I don't know.
So Kirby game. I think we're all excited for that. Well, maybe not Sasha, but
not gonna rain on your parade.
No, I didn't. I didn't think you were. So, Sasha, what's another one for you that you're looking forward to?
I discovered something today when I was looking at games that were going to be coming out soon for Xbox. And it is called Weird West.
This is on my list. This is one of the obscure ones on my list.
Oh my gosh, this game looks awesome. And you remember, I think one of the first episodes I was on, we talked about IPs we wish they would pick up, wishlist games. And this game is reminding me a little bit of what I wish Manifest Destiny would be.
Okay.
So supernatural elements in the American Wild West. Top-down, first-person, or top-down role-playing. I don't know. It's reminding me of Wasteland, but in the Wild West.
A little bit.
So
it's
I don't know very much about it.
It's like an isometric view strategy game in action. Like it's not turn taking. So it's that isometric third person view, but with an action game. And there's like 5 characters. It's reminding me of something like Cave Story, where like you had like 5 weird characters that sort of like have to interact. Except Cave Story was basically a platformer puzzler, whereas this is just an action game. You have like the retired bounty hunter. Yeah.
Yep.
You have like the Native American who's actually a werewolf. You have like Pigman was one of the things that they talked about, and Pigman was like, he's just a pig guy and no one accepts him. And like, it's just like all this crazy supernatural stuff set in the Old West that is just...
It makes me think of piglins from Minecraft. Because pigments are zombified pigments. They spawn in the nether in Minecraft. And then there's piglins.
So you think
which are just little... There's a piglin brute, which is basically like the boss of it all. But apparently there's supposed to be a king piglin, which is like 5% chance of finding a bastion with him in it. Like, you literally have to... If you're rare enough, you'll find a clue to where the bastion is. Like, he has a specific bastion that looks different from all the others. And if you can find... And, like, this bastion's in the middle of a lava pit. Like, you can tell that's where he is, because it's in the middle. It's, like, in the middle of lava. Like, you have to build to get to it. Like, there's no little side around it. Like, you have to go out onto lava.
Sounds deep. I never played Minecraft. Is this game going to be on Game Pass?
I'm hoping it will be. So I didn't pre-order it because I'm kind of waiting to see if it's going to pop up or not.
I could see it hitting Game Pass. It's not like a full,
It's $40 for the full like release when it comes out. So it's giving me vibes like it's going to be on Game Pass. So I'm waiting.
And this is end of March.
Cool.
This is soon as well.
Yeah, something cool I read about it. It said that so with the character, one of the main characters, including a Native American, they have somebody from, I'm going to totally butcher the tribe, but an Anishinaabe tribe. So like actual Native Americans consulting on it to try to make everything very authentic, which I think is really cool. Representation matters. And
it does. I very much enjoy seeing more Native Americans in games. Being one myself, it's very uplifting. You never see Eastern tribes. It's always Western tribes. Like I don't know how to say them either, but
yeah.
I'm hoping that comes to Game Pass because he got a year of Game Pass Ultimate for Christmas, and he's got an Xbox in his room. So, like, we also got an Xbox aficionado here in this little guy.
I did something. I signed up for Discord Nitro, and that gave me a 3-month Game Pass. And I
actually,
yeah, because that's vice versa. That's how I got the Discord Nitro. Was 3 months of it with Game Pass.
Yep.
That's the same thing that happened to me, but I wasn't able to get the code done before it ran out of time.
Yeah, I have the code saved on my computer, and I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to use this because I basically just buy every game I want to play anyways.
And I got Halo Infinite, and there was that code for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
And and then the next day when I finally have Halo Infinite ready, it's gone. Like the day it ran out was the day I downloaded Halo Infinite because I thought it wouldn't be long. It said it was gonna take until tomorrow to download.
Gee,
because I had 2 other games I was downloading. One was quick, like
You should have paused it.
I did.
Oh.
I paused all my other games because one of my games was taking, it said it was going to take 3 hours, and that's at midnight. So I couldn't play it then. And the other game said it was going to take 2 hours, so I paused both of those and let Halo Infinite download. It still said it was going to take an hour, and I wasn't going to be on. I had to go to bed before I could even play it. So
Tragedies.
Living in the Ohio woods, I can relate. Like, if I start downloading something, everyone in the house gets mad at me because they're like, "Why isn't Netflix working? My brother's like, why isn't my anime working?" Like,
hey, not too much on anime, man.
I'm sorry. I've been really hardcore making fun of him for it. I'm saying he's a late bloomer weeb. He's just in the past like 2 years just started really getting into anime. Like he just bought like a subscription to Funimation because he ran out of shows to watch on Hulu. Ran out of anime, and I'm like, hey, let's hunt together. And he's like, watch an anime. Come back tomorrow. I'm like,
10 points for Chris.
Yeah. Ran out of anime to watch on Hulu. That's wild. That's crazy. Wow. Well, I mean, hey, it's never too late. You know what I mean?
Well, that he's interested in. Let me preface this. That he's interested in. Like.
Okay.
Which he still watched a lot of shows, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, Weird West. Yeah, it's one of my. I have like 3 what I call obscure games that aren't like AAA titles. Weird West was definitely one of them. Personally, I'm going to be getting this for PC. It's on Good Old Games, so that's been on my wish list. Part of this is just me going to my wish list on Good Old Games and being like, I definitely want to talk about this game. And Weird West was a big one. Devolver Digital, by the way, is the people doing this.
Ooh, okay.
And Devolver is strange. They have some really weird stuff sometimes, but they can be really cool stuff too. The most recent game that they got some acclaim for was Game Awards nominated Loop Hero. And I actually played it recently. Loop Hero is pretty decent. I think it was.
I heard about Loop Hero.
Yeah. So yeah, Weird West. I'm not going to say a lot about this because we don't know a lot about it. But it's coming sometime. At some point, we know it's in development. We're getting quarterly updates. I've talked about it a lot. Diablo 4. Super hyped for Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Still only know 3 of the classes. 4 of the classes. They're out of 5. We still don't know a whole class. They're still working out game systems. So, probably not going to be 2022. We originally thought it might be. It's looking like 2023. But in similar vein, Lost Ark is coming out of beta and getting the release. What Preacher dogging on Diablo 4. It's going to blow Lost Ark out of the water when it comes out. Anyways, Lost Ark is it's a game I'm also hyped for. I love the ARPG genre. I was talking about Titan Quest last week, like the week before even. I'm into it. The action RPG, looting, dungeon crawling, love it. Lost Ark is like a crazy, insane Korean version of it, where you have like combos and stuff, and you like. You're familiar with WoW and stuff that got a skill tree, right? You pick a class, you get a skill tree. Okay, now imagine you're in WoW and you're playing a warrior and you get a skill called Bash. Bash has a skill tree.
Oh, the skills have skill trees.
The skills have skill trees in this game.
Skill treeception. Okay.
The skills have skill trees. You just learn a skill and you customize the skill, and then you pick whichever ones you're going to use. It's the unfortunate thing about Lost Ark is that I think it's gonna be really good. I haven't played it. I've been waiting to play it because I don't like playing stuff in early access and that kind of stuff because things are subject to change. The big thing for me about this game is I do believe it's a Korean developed game, which isn't in itself a problem, but there is a aspect of buying power, and that is a possible problem. And it's not just buying power to shortcut time, it is literally buying stuff at times. I don't think that Lost Ark has this anymore, but in its beginnings it definitely did, because the mentality in that market of games is not the same as Western markets, where buying power is not a good thing. It is just seen as a norm in a lot of, especially Chinese market. Just like a norm. It's just what people do. If you got the money, spend it and have fun. But that's something that I personally don't like here, and a lot of other gamers, in the States and otherwise, just are not into, is just buying power. Lost Ark, unfortunately, had elements of this at one point. I don't know if they do, but it's also being handled by Amazon, and Amazon doesn't have a great track record for games too. So Amazon is handling the U.S. release.
I'm actually a little bit interested in Lost Ark.
Yes, there is a Gunlance class. There is a class that is a Gunlance, like in Monster Hunter.
Okay, so a second game with Gunlance.
Yeah,
I'm very interested in this because I've seen Ark. Like I've seen Ark on Xbox, like just the regular version, not Lost Ark. But I'm actually very interested in this game. From what
he's telling us.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this game. I haven't played Ark, but I've been thinking about getting Ark.
It is a Diablo clone, which is why I mentioned Diablo 4 first.
Ark and Lost Ark are different.
Yeah, Ark and Lost Ark are very different. Lost Ark is definitely a Diablo clone. In that sense of describing it as Diablo gameplay, not that it's a ripoff of the game. It's got its own great ideas. I would say I've always been interested in Lost Ark. I just, it's not available until now. And I do believe it is also, I think so. I think that's where some of the buy power problems came in. Was the
right? Because if you can buy power, it's got to be free to play, right? Okay, we might check this out. Yeah, PC, right?
Yes, I do believe it's hitting Xbox as well. I'm not positive, but some of those games hit Xbox, like Path of Exile hit Xbox.
A lot of stuff that I used to just see on like Steam, I'm now seeing on Xbox. Like the market is getting oversaturated with.
That's happening with Nintendo too. That is happening. Yeah, I haven't seen that happen as much on PlayStation, but I've seen that happen on Nintendo quite a bit. But yeah, Lost Ark and Diablo 4. And Preacher, shame on you. You should be hyped about Diablo 4. Diablo 4, despite the developers being terrible people sometimes, is still an amazing game, and I will fight for it.
Yeah, for sure.
If Lost Ark does hit Xbox, I might download it, because if it's on Game Pass, I'm definitely going to download it.
I'm not positive about it being on Xbox. It's not a environment I normally interact with, but I know that there were talks about it.
Okay.
If it does, I will get it.
We'll see.
I'm gonna have him on. And what is with this hard pass on Diablo 4? Is it the social stuff? Because I can get behind the social stuff. Because I'm just bought into Diablo that I can't avoid it. Anyways.
I've never played a Diablo game, and I never will.
Never will. Why?
They're pretty violent. I've
watched Mom B play.
Oh,
I watched Mom B play 1 second of it, and as soon as she noticed I was playing, she sent me into a different room. Like, if Mom B does not trust me enough to watch her play this, I don't think I'm gonna play it.
I will say,
Mom B doesn't trust me enough.
The girls and I today started new characters on the new season of Diablo 3 and started playing through together. So,
we'll see. But yeah, Mom B is grandma, and grandma has an Xbox Series X. So there you go. Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
So she's saying pass on the Diablo. If she's passing me on the Diablo, saying I can't be there when she plays, I'm not gonna get it.
I will. Let me
can't be there when
let me just say one thing in defense of Diablo.
Go for it. My
favorite, and I feel the best cutscene in any game ever does come from Diablo 3. So there you go.
Maybe in a couple years. Yeah. Speaking of games that TJ cannot watch, a game I'm excited for, Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3.
Games that he can't watch.
Games that he can't watch. Yeah, I
saw the bundle on the Nintendo store today. I was like, oh, okay. And my daughters were like, what's Bayonetta? I'm like, it's an action game. That's all you're gonna know.
You wouldn't understand.
That's it. Yeah. So I was actually playing Bayo 1 today. I got the Wii U hooked up. You know what I'm saying? You see the double top stick pro controller action. But so since I got it hooked up here, I was like, man, let me go get Bayonetta. So I was playing Bayo 1 today. He watched like, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I was like,
watched up until he fought the big dragon boss thing.
Yeah, just he watched like this much, okay, and I tried to get naked as little as possible while playing.
It's a Sailor Moon effect, just less.
Yeah, it's
just less kid friendly.
The only time I really saw that Bayonetta was when she used the big demon thing. Whatever. Yeah. That was the only time you really noticed it.
That's it. But yeah, I did that on purpose. I try to get, like I said, I try to get as naked as little as possible. But Bayo 3 coming to Switch looks sick. I did not rebuy 1 and 2 on Switch despite the better performance.
I'm considering it, but I have enough of a backlog. That's the problem.
Exactly. Right. So
it's the same thing about Wonderful 101. Yeah, we already have it on Wii U. Why buy it on Switch?
Bingo. So there's that.
The cadet demo, it makes it better because you get a special code for it.
Anyway.
You get hammer and a good sword character for free.
So
like at the start of the game.
What's I gonna say? Man, you derailed me a little bit, kid.
Bayonetta 3.
The direct we got last winter.
Yeah,
the direct we got last winter showing off Bayo 3, looking really ambitious. I get why it's been a hot minute since we talked about it. And we got like giant kaiju battles and stuff, and it's looking like it's gonna push the Switch hardware quite a bit, but it still looks really fluid. And it just looks dope. Love me Bayo 3. Why you hard passing on Bayo 3, preacher? Anyway, whatever.
It's got to be the adult content. I'm thinking it's the same problem with Diablo. It's got to be the adult content.
Gotta love me some Bayo 3. It's one of like the first like action games that I got like super into. Aside from like dabbling in Beautiful Joe a long time ago on the GameCube.
Henshin a Go-Go, baby. I love Beautiful Joe.
Yeah, Henshin a Go-Go. Yeah, with the...
He's like a Power Ranger by himself with a beer gut.
It's pretty dope.
He's a Power Ranger with a beer gut, and I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So, love me some action games. Bayo 3, something I'm excited for. Looking real nice on the Switch. Can't wait to pair the AirPods up to the Switch and curl up in the bed and, destroy some Bayo goodness, So, yeah.
Nothing to do with the adult content. That's what he just said. Nothing to do with the adult content.
Huh.
I don't know. There's all sorts of things wrong with games sometimes, but I don't get the hard pass on these. Anyways.
So.
I don't know why, but I agree with him.
Man, you barely even seen it.
I know, but I agree with him because both of these games I have been told to not watch while they're
You just gotta grow up a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, when you watched me play Bayo earlier, you were like, "Yo, Bayo don't slap like this in Smash." Yeah. You were kind of hype about it. She was going crazy, right?
Yeah, combos, like especially because you were at it looked like you were at the start of the game.
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like you just created a new save game.
Not quite. I had some items. I had some help, but some of my muscle memory was coming back, and I was hitting the combos and stuff. And he was like, "Yo, this Bayonetta, this is the person in Smash." Yeah, we going crazy. So yeah. That's okay. You grow up a little bit, your opinion will change. You'll be like, "Oh, I get it."
Hey, it took me until I was in my mid-20s to play a Metroid game. So
sleeping on Metroid.
I'm not. Metroid was one of my game of the years. Like Dread.
You were sleeping until you got to your 20s. Yeah.
I'm already playing Metroid. Metroid's good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play Dread.
So
as soon as I can beat Super, I'm playing Dread. As soon as I can beat Super Metroid, I'm playing Dread.
If only you could play Fusion Between, because it's the next step in the story.
Yeah.
It is. Sasha.
3.
What was one of the ones for you again?
All right. So the next one for me is kind of still like a question mark because I'm holding my breath. It could go either way. But I am kind of excited about the reboot of Saints Row. The reason I'm holding my breath about it Is that
the Grand Theft Auto one?
I mean, basically, yeah. Is that like, I love Saints Row franchise. I like Saints Row way more than I like Grand Theft Auto, and I'm holding my breath, hoping that this Saints Row reboot is not let's make it Grand Theft Auto, because it's definitely taking a new direction with the graphics, which is fine. I mean, like, I don't play Saints Row because I love the cartoon graphics. I play Saints Row because I'm a child who has gross humor.
Yeah.
So that's the part that
I can relate.
Stays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The crazy, wacky, over the top. We'll call it a baseball bat for the sake of.
Yes. Yes. I'm hoping all of that stuff stays.
I watched. It's one of the funnier scenes in Me, Myself, and Irene. Yes.
I watched a gameplay, or not a gameplay. I just watched a trailer today, and it seemed like they're keeping the same kind of energy, comic relief kind of energy, but with the updated graphics. So I'm hopeful that it's going to be what I hope it's going to be. But so that's supposed to be August.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I hadn't even heard about that. I never got into Saints Row.
August.
I just don't like open world games like Grand Theft Auto. Like, I had fun with 3, and then just sort of was just out. And then, because it sounds terrible because it's not as good of a game. But I was more into Driver, and I was more into Driver specifically for survival mode, which was every cop coming at you at 100 miles per hour. See if you die.
Okay, so then I feel like you should try Saints Row, but don't go into Saints Row 1. Start with, like, the second or the third one, because they have all the mini games. Plus, you also like, Burnout Paradise. They've got Insurance Fraud. They've got Mayhem. They've got Septic Avenger. Septic Avenger is an amazing mini game.
I love Burnout, but I have never played Paradise. Like, Burnout 3 was like the thing for me. Like, Crash mode.
Oh, yeah, so the Crash mode, I feel like if you love Crash mode, then Saints Row 2 is the game for you.
All right, I will look into it. I am pretty sure these are also on Good Old Games. So, like, I think
so.
Yeah. I will look into it. Because I never got into them because it's like, oh, it's just, a funny Grand Theft Auto, which is cool, but, like, I don't like open world that much. I just never did, so... It's a special game for me to like an open world game. Like something like Shadows of Mordor or something like that, where it has stuff going on, it feels like.
I think for me, that's part of why I like Saints Row a little bit more than Grand Theft Auto.
Sure.
Is because there is so much of the mini games as well, that you really could just boot up the game and play for a couple hours, and you're not really doing any of the sandboxy explore the world mission stuff. I'm going to see how much damage I can rack up with this grenade launcher in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like
I can get behind that. Yep. I can get behind that. Yeah. Okay.
The thing I love about open world games, it's just like you can do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to follow the specific story. You don't, like, eventually you are going to have to do that mission to get to certain areas. But other than that, you can just go do whatever you want. You can just go mess with whatever you... Like Horizon. Like, I can just go around collecting materials, craft a bunch of arrows, and just go kill everything I see.
Yeah.
Like, I can just see, like, oh, maybe I get a new tripcaster, and, like, I see... Yeah, and, like, I want to see how much damage I can rack up with just a few blast trips.
Yeah, and in the game she's talking about, like, apparently that's part of the game loop where, like, you could start, like, a little mini mission, and you could just do the mini mission rather than having to do all the open world stuff. So it's good for people who like open world and don't like open world. So I can see that.
Okay.
That's dope.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
So I was looking at my list. I think we hit all the AAA stuff that I wanted to hit. So I've just got 2 left.
Okay.
So the first one is an RTS in the style of like StarCraft or something like that. And this is Starship Troopers Taran Command. As a big fan of both the book series and the movie, I like Starship Troopers quite a bit. And and it's getting an RTS where you're trying to take over Planet P and all that kind of stuff, like that. It looks good. I've seen a couple demo playthroughs. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, man.
I might play this. Yeah. I like Starship Troopers enough that I might give this a try.
Huh.
Yep. Okay. Would you like to know more?
Yeah. But I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. Tell him, and he gonna tell me when I get back. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick.
Okay. I don't know when Starship Troopers coming out is one of these that has a TBA. Like it just like it exists. I think there is a playable demo that has like a mission to do. But again, early access demo stuff I normally don't like to do. So, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for Starship Troopers. And I kind of like RTSs. I'm not very good at them, but I enjoy them to a degree.
I want to like them. I feel like it needs to be a powerful enough story or something to loop me in for me to be patient enough to sit through a game like that. I can't remember exactly what the game's called, but my brother was really heavy into, and I want to say it was on original Xbox, but it was an RTS of Alien, but you were like colonial marines, and you pretty much could get wiped out super easily, and you needed to like push through the map and find the queen before she had time to procreate.
Spawn.
Yeah. Because if you didn't find it fast enough, it was pretty much over before you even knew that you were far enough. It was too far gone. But that game I didn't play a ton of, but I watched him play a lot because I like Alien franchise.
Sure.
So I can see that if I like Starship Troopers enough, this might be enough to make me play.
I remember I watched a playthrough of Aliens vs. Predators, and like it's actually a nice game. Like there's two modes. There's there are two versions of campaign, and there's another co-op mode. The co-op mode's more like, okay, one person is the predator, a bunch of other people have to survive. Like, as the predator, you have to go around, sneak around, like, stay in the tree tops, use your invisibility, and kill every single player. Without the killers finding out who you are and shoot you. And
that game was dope, but nobody was ever playing online. That was the problem.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get a full lobby.
Yeah, and then there was the campaign where you could be the alien campaign where you have to save the queen and all of that, and then there's like you have to save the queen and have all your people escape and kill all the dudes in your way, and then there's the predator one where you have to kill you have to kill the alien. So it's actually Alien vs. Predators is really cool.
Oh, you played that?
No, I watched a playthrough of it. I didn't play Aliens vs. Predators, but I did watch a playthrough of someone.
It's a valid way to experience something these days, honestly. Like, there's certain things that I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to play it. Like Doki Doki Literature Club. Never going to play that. Never.
No.
But I have watched
First hearing of Monica, no.
PT. You guys ever experienced PT, the playable trailer thing that eventually ended up becoming... Dude, I've never been so scared by a game in my life. I am not.
Word?
Watching a playthrough of PT, they're on YouTube. Just if you want to cuddle up in a blanket and hide under a blanket like a kid, being a full-grown adult, watch that. Watch some playthroughs of that.
Okay, I will.
It scared me. Of course, I am traditionally. So Sasha and I met through a horror community, horror virgin. I'm definitely on the virgin end of the horror spectrum.
Okay. I am not.
Yeah.
I love horror.
I don't know.
I got into it through another podcast because they're just funny. I don't even watch horror. They're like, that podcast is just funny. I love them. But it got me into watching some horror stuff. Like I watched Hush along with the show. I watched a couple things that would that was like really outside of my comfort zone because of that. And I enjoyed it. But I'm definitely more the horror comedy. 100%. Like Tucker and Dale versus Evil is legitimately my favorite movie. Like
that's a good one.
Okay, I gotta check out some more horror stuff. I don't know. I mean, I dabbled like a little bit in some horror stuff, but I don't know. I'm not scared, but I don't know.
For me, I'm either incredibly bored or scared, and I'm on scared a lot. I'm realizing I'm on scared a lot more than I'm comfortable with. Like,
For me, I need to find a movie that I'm not going to figure out how it ends in the first 5 minutes.
Fair.
If you like horror but also like solving puzzles, play FNAF. Especially Security Breach, because Security Breach is the first FNAF game where you can actually move around.
Yeah, I've seen a couple playthroughs to that game.
Because what's this game called?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's
short FNAF.
He's hitting us with the acronym.
I just felt real old.
Dude, this is a funny story about FNAF that you might like to hear. So that became like a big thing over like one Halloween, right? Like this Halloween in 2014 that I remember specifically because I was in the hospital for 3 days because that's when, not me, I was in there with my now ex-wife for my first kid.
Okay.
Because she went through that 65-hour labor that felt like I went in one end of the world and came out the other. And like, suddenly Five Nights at Freddy's was not only a thing, but a big thing. And it was nothing when I went into that hospital. It was not a thing. And I came out and like Five Nights at Freddy's was all over YouTube. And I was like, what is this? And then I watched the game theory stuff that was like tying it to the real world Chuck E. Cheese incident. And I was like, yo, yeah, you didn't know that? This stuff's tied to a real world thing. Like the original inspiration. I definitely suggest you go check out Matt Pat's game theory on the subject. That's
okay.
That's
actually.
Go ahead.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Like there's Super Horror Bro, and there's Game Theory, and they both do like horror. Like Super Horror Bro, like he does Little Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Like Little Nightmares 2, he does like timelines. And I watched a Security Breach one by Game Theory.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually found this secret myself when I watched a playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually connections to every single game. Like before Security Breach, in Security Breach. Below, if
sense.
you go in the true ending of Security Breach, yeah, there's Easter eggs. If you do the true ending, and you actually go under the Mega Pizzaplex, which is the location, and it's actually the location in FNAF 6. Where Michael Afton, Elizabeth Afton, and William Afton all burn.
That's deep. The lore is deep.
Yeah, like it's like the lore is it's deep. Like
Five Nights.
If you can't make it without having a bunch of lore.
There's a reason why Game Theory has like a 15 episode series on it. Like it's just insane. Like now it's as the game has progressed, as new ones have come out. Like his first couple theories were only FNAF 1 had come out. Like over the years he's refined it and learned more. It is indeed a deep game. That is not for it being gameplay wise, especially in the beginning, very shallow. There was a lot to it.
In fact, we actually Game Theory actually found out something that is a fact in Security Breach. When they found out that FNAF 6 was under the Mega Pizzaplex, he remembered that Michael Afton was supposed to burn there.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Afton was not there and that under there. Elizabeth and William were.
It's horror stuff.
And actually, the reason is Glamrock Freddy, the person that helps Gregory, the main character, is actually Michael Afton. And Gregory is not Gregory. It is a rebuilt version of the Crying Child, Chris Afton.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. I recognize the crying. You got to look into this. You got to look into this, J-Con. Like it's.
You have to act. If you look at the character close enough, you will see 2 striped shirt, brown hair, brown eyes, dark brown hair, brown eyes.
Write stuff down.
And just like it's just if you don't notice lore.
I'm gonna check it out. It's too deep. It's too deep. I gotta jump in the pool with you, kid.
Yeah, if you don't like go into the lore of FNAF, you don't understand what FNAF is.
100%.
Fair.
Like if you don't know about the lore, like if you don't try to go into the lore and find out stuff about the game, then you just don't play it. Like you shouldn't play it.
I stopped.
The lore is basically the main part of the game. Like there's different endings, there's different ways to win. Like
and it all stems from a real world case of a murder at a Chuck E. Cheese. Like I'm not.
I think that was only FNAF 1. That was only
I know.
FNAF 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's where it all starts. That's where it all starts. Is a I can't remember the area, but it was at Chuck E. Cheese in there was, and this whole giant universe this guy has created. It was all from that one idea.
Little incident.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it led to the part where William Afton literally kills 6 kids, stuffs them in animatronic suits, and now they're haunting his son because his son looks like his father.
Freaky.
Yeah.
And apparently Chris Afton shares a suit with a different soul named Cassidy, like the revengeful soul of Cassidy, which has gone so far it's able to make a literal prison for William.
Okay, like, we're gonna check this out later, kid. We're gonna check this out later.
Yeah,
we're gonna check this out later.
He's into FNAF, we can tell.
Oh, he's in there. I was like, this low-key news to me. I'm like, hey, where all this coming from?
Yeah, so what we were originally talking about there was Starship Troopers Taran Command, the RTS. So Starship Troopers being a very much more adult series about satire and what is it? Authoritarianism, right, Sasha? Yeah. And this game just looks like a fun stint more along the movie of being satire more than anything else. Also, I highly suggest if you're into that, listen or read the original books. They're from the 50s. They're insane. Sci-fi stuff, really cool. So do you have another one on your list, J-Con?
Oh yeah. The sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild 2.
We gotta do
that. We know hardly anything, but yes, yeah.
Yeah, we don't even know the title. They're like, the title's gonna give too much away. So,
I'm sorry. I don't want to kill your.
Go. Do it. Go.
Have you played Age of Calamity?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
That is canon. Supposedly. Age of Calamity is canon.
What? So I thought it was like kind of fake because
nope. They confirmed it's canon. So I wonder if Breath of the Wild 2 picks up on a timeline from or it's something along the lines of a split timeline where the events of the Calamity didn't happen, or Age of Calamity happens. I wonder, because Breath of the Wild 2 actually has 2 different paths to take now.
Yeah. So if it's canon, then all of the how do I say this without like messing with it too much? The important people will have come back from.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can talk about that. Oh, snap.
Yeah, see, this game is really deep, and we know nothing. Other than Link is in it.
Other than Link and Zelda in it. So it could be, I don't know, Breath of the Wild, Return of the New Champions, where they return from being back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, dang, it's getting deep. Yeah, it's looking hype. And like you get to be in the sky and going up through the ceilings, new monsters to fight, and going into like a little game dev kind of thing. I'm not a game dev. I'm an armchair game dev, but like this is a Switch game. It's not a Wii U port, right? Like Breath of the Wild is a Wii U port. Like they they made Breath of the Wild on Wii U, and then said, you know what, stick it on the Switch too. So now that like this is a Switch game, they should have access to like a bump in power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there should be a little bit more ambitious of a title, and like Breath of the Wild was already super ambitious. So super hype about the sequel to Breath of the Wild. They won't even tell us the title because it gives too much away. Like, man, this is gonna be dope, man. This is gonna be so crazy. So yeah, that's one of the ones I'm super excited about. Not much info out there, but
I was 100% wrong. My dog is here. I didn't realize that. She's just under the blanket. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. So yeah, Breath of the Wild 2. Very Nintendo game. I don't have a lot to add to that because we don't really have a lot of information on Breath of the Wild 2 yet. So, but I am excited for that as well.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be this year, right? Like I think they said.
I think they said they're aiming for this. They said aiming for.
Yeah. I would say I would lump this together with Metroid Prime 4. I'm excited for that. But also we don't know when. That's just we have about the same amount of information as well. Yeah.
So think about Metroid Prime 4, like with the speed of Dread, right? Like with how smooth and
I'm surprised we got Dread because that means someone else was working on Dread the whole time. Because like Dread's a wholly new game. Dread was amazing, but like Prime 4 has been in the works for I don't know. Time. 7 years now we're talking.
Yeah. Like so like the thing about it is we could get a Nintendo version of Doom if you think about it, right? Like with how fast and how fluid Dread is, imagine they take that kind of design philosophy and put it in Prime, and this is an era where Doom exists, right? Like Prime 3 came out, Doom's 2016 was not a thing. Now they kind of have
classic
like a
Doom
little,
was, but yeah, not modern.
It ain't the same. Yeah, it's not modern Doom. So like maybe they can take some things from modern Doom. I mean, Samus got a grapple beam. You know, sure. I want to see some speed. I want Samus to be that speed demon that she is.
Sure. Yeah, faster movement. I can see that. I was gonna say I don't really see Samus ripping the head off of a pirate though. I just don't.
No, not that violent. But fast though.
Curb stomping him, maybe. So Sasha, do you have anything else on your list, or have we exhausted?
I do. Okay. I do. I kind of have been holding my breath for this one too because I got beef with Todd Howard. I don't want this to be the next game he releases for the next 10 years. But
Starfield, right?
Yeah. I'm really looking for something to excite me, like a new game. Outer Worlds definitely scratch that itch, I will say. Outer Worlds.
It's fun. I've taken a back seat for the crown hunting on Outer Worlds, but Outer Worlds has been my go-to game for the time being.
Todd Howard is saying that Starfield is going to be Skyrim in space. So I feel like that means Starfield is going to be the only game that Bethesda is going to release for like
ever.
Yeah, until my kid graduates high school.
Putting it on everything.
Yes.
Yeah. You can play this game on your fridge. Like what?
Imagine we reach that point. We can play video games on our fridge.
I mean,
but as much as I hate that he does that with Skyrim, there's a reason that happens because Skyrim is an excellent game.
It is. It is. And we all do the same thing. Everyone. We start out, we're going to make a new character. But what ends up happening, you crouch and you pull out a bow. Everyone does it. Everyone does it.
I kind of do that, but I've evolved to the very mature route of getting my pickpocket skill up and then stealing everybody's clothes so that everybody's walking around naked in the town.
That's fun too. That's
hilarious to me.
That's funny.
See, that's the kind of stuff I'm missing from Outer Worlds. You get some of that. You don't get. It doesn't quite hit there because you can't. there's not like a good steal. They're like, if you steal something, everyone knows immediately, and you can bribe them, and you lose reputation. Like,
well, see, that's not true, because the problem with Outer Worlds is that when they released the DLC, they increased the caps for all the skill checks. So everything used to be on a scale of 100, but now it's on a scale of 150. So what used to work doesn't work anymore. Unless you like really invest. You cannot be a jack of all trades in Outer Worlds with that 150 scale.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be at all in that game. But there's
nothing cool like stealing what they're wearing. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I was more getting at.
Steal the shirt off your back.
But you can steal their
manipulate
guns.
the basket over their head so they can't see. Because like you could do that in the Xbox and PS3 version where you click down and input on something and you picked it up to manipulate it versus actually taking it, and then you just put the basket over his head and he can't see you anymore, so you can steal all you want because he can't see
nuts.
you.
That's nuts.
I never did that far into the stealing because, like, I mean, 100%, like, my default in anything Elder Scrolls is Argonian, stealth, archer, and that has always been my thing. And then,
I'm Breton Battle Mage every time. So
yeah, I mean, but the only playthrough I actually ever finished, I was what are the orcs called? They're orcs. They're Urosc or something. Orsh.
I think they're just called orcs.
Okay. I think. Maybe. I was a heavy plate wearing battle axe wielding orc that also snuck and used a bow. Like I just had to do it.
That's how my brother plays. I like to see if I can make my character completely impervious to magic. Like, absorb it or resist it.
Reflect it. Yeah. Those dryads are nasty. Those dryads are nasty if you're not prepared for magic. Like you run across one of the Spriggans or the dryads, you're like, oh yeah. I
think even in Skyrim, like if you early enough, some of those, some of the mage towers, those mages will mess you up in the very beginning of the game, because you have no place to take cover, and they're just throwing spells at you and there's no like limit on the range. So.
Oh dang.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Being me, the orcish battle axe wielding, trying to sneak when I hadn't got it up high enough yet. And I just tap the button. You see the eye just just and
then lightning from all angles.
Yeah, just like bzz, and you see my body just out the window essentially, and just, but if they execute it well, Starfield could be very good. It's as much as they got flack for Fallout 76. Bethesda is still a good game studio. Like, there's still a lot of good talent there. There's still a lot of good ideas there. I was not too happy with the Microsoft acquisition. I know that it doesn't bother you at all, Sasha, being an Xbox player. But I was just like, man. And then, it took me a while to realize, okay, but everything on Xbox comes out on PC anyways. It just means I'm going to play this on PC instead of my PlayStation, because I played Skyrim on PS3 versus PC. I never played it on PC. So I could. Actually, I don't know. Do I own it? I don't even know if I own it on PC. I own Oblivion on PC. I know that. Actually, I own all the Elder Scrolls, I maybe except for Skyrim on PC. Like 1, 2, we're talking like Daggerfall, like
dang, goes way back.
Oh, but I have played them just to say I have. Don't they suck? Like,
just start with Morrowind.
Yeah, Morrowind is the starting place, and even Morrowind's very rough. Morrowind has some things.
Hate on Morrowind.
I don't hate on it. It's a great game, but as far as like quality of life,
you can tell it's aged a little bit.
Oh, yes.
It can be rough. I mean, when
it's
you're
like the camera in 64, Mario 64, you're like, this camera. Okay.
Yeah,
Morrowind is before they changed the combat system too, so it's very much like dice rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I get
and
you.
it's very floaty too. It's very hard to see. Like the depth perception on that game is not as good as modern games too. You're like whiff. Oh wait, no, get closer. Ha ha.
Okay. Is it super cheap on PC? It's probably super cheap somewhere. Like,
Oh yeah,
Morrowind
it's on Game Pass as well.
Okay.
It's on Game Pass. Although I would say that if you've got the option, play it on PC.
Yeah,
do it because there's mods and all kinds of good stuff.
Craziness, right? I've seen the mods with the what is it? The Thomas the Tank Engine dragons or whatever, and
Now, speaking about mods, there are some amazing Skyrim mods for Monster Hunter monsters being inserted in there over the dragons. There's some amazing stuff in that range. I never did it because I didn't play it on PC.
Oh, okay.
So which one were you looking for? Skyrim or?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think GOG has Skyrim. They do not. Huh. They have 1 through 4. They do not have Skyrim.
Dang. That's... Okay.
Yeah. I have Oblivion, Morrowind, Adventures in Redguard, and Battlespire. Yeah.
Huh. Well, all right then. I'm gonna check it out. I mean, I've heard of Skyrim. Like, you can't not hear about Skyrim. But I gotta get some free time so I can play it. But this guy, since it's on Game Pass, he might grab it. Huh.
Yeah, I've actually seen something about Skyrim, and it actually freaked me out. So I'm playing on my Oculus, right?
Yeah,
and my friend has this skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the skin
on VR chat. Like, we're playing VR chat together, and he changes to the skin, and I'm like, "What is that?" Because it's this weird spider demon thing. And he tells me it's the spider from Skyrim, and I'm like,
From Skyrim? Or from Elder Scrolls? It sounds like Spider Daedra.
Skyrim. It's from Skyrim, but it's this weird spider creature. I don't know what it's called. He just said it's a spider from Skyrim.
They're just big in Skyrim, but there's nothing special about them in Skyrim.
It's just a big giant spider. That's it.
And it freaked you out.
It actually freaked me out because he just changes to it randomly, and a bunch of people.
Yeah, I could see that being disturbing. Yeah.
Because we're just showing out in a lobby, and this man and this dude just randomly turns into a giant spider. Everyone's like backing up.
Huh.
So Starfield. Right, okay. Yeah. We don't know when that is, but yeah, Starfield.
See, in typical Bethesda fashion, it's announced for 11/11.
Oh,
that's when they released. That's when they released Skyrim as well.
Okay.
11/11/11.
Open to strike magic again. I see.
I want them to release it in 12/22. 12/22/22. Yeah.
12/22/22. Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Starfield, that's looking great for me. Usually when Bethesda comes up, I'm like, okay, so when is id doing the next Doom? What is?
Right. When are we doing that?
Doom. But yeah, no.
I see Bethesda, and I'm like, what RPG are you gonna let me play for the next 400 hours?
That's true. Like I wasn't a believer. Now I had played Morrowind back in the day, and I skipped Oblivion. But then like Skyrim, I was like, this is great. I have since played Oblivion, Sasha. I have gone back and played Oblivion.
I was gonna say, I'm quite certain that it took me 5 years to get my undergrad because of Oblivion.
No, Oblivion's great. Hands down, Oblivion's beautiful. I would say Morrowind's worth it too, but Morrowind's rough. Like Morrowind's like telling Sasha to go back and play 3rd gen Monster Hunter. It'll be rough. You will enjoy it, but it'll be rough.
But it'll be rough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. That makes sense. Speaking to me now.
Yeah, I can be the translator.
If you develop a deep love for Elder Scrolls, Morrowind is
amazing. Is also the most free. Like you
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
free.
Like, well, you can just make spells.
You can do whatever you want.
Oh.
And there even comes a point where I'm sure you've probably seen like memes of with this character's death, the thread of the prophecy has been severed, and you must restore a previous save. Okay. It will tell you if you mess up the game with like killing somebody, and you have a choice to either reload your save or whatever, and you're just not going to beat the main game, and you can just keep doing whatever you want.
Yep.
Oh,
you can
that's cool.
You can just do you and Morrowind. Huh. You can just.
So
I'm just going to be a
in Oblivion and
Skyrim.
They go unconscious if they're important to the main story. But in Morrowind, you can completely destroy your story.
That's interesting. Okay.
One of the big reasons why I have to reload and probably make a new, make a new save in Kingdoms of Amalur, the save I have currently on PC, is the same exact reason. I have a quest line that is dead, and it's going to annoy me. It's really going to annoy me if I don't.
Because somebody died.
Because there's this, you go into this town and there's just spiders attacking everyone, and if you don't save this one guy like real quick, which I didn't, you're done. Like you're just like, he's just done. You can't complete a quest. It's just,
that's nuts. So getting 100% on this game is hard because people just die and like you can't.
Well, in Morrowind you can't 100% everything with one character, because by selecting certain groups you cut off others. So like there's three main houses of the game, and by joining one, the other two will shun you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's like
So it's like Fire Emblem 3 houses. Once you join one house, you can't do anything with the others.
That's a good
game. Not always. So in Morrowind, because I can tell you I messed up and angered the house I joined, and I was kicked out of the house I was in, and then the other two houses were like, okay, well, maybe we're rushing for new people.
Interesting. Okay.
As long as you don't steal or murder somebody from certain factions, then sometimes things can stay open to you, but
got you.
Okay, then.
It's really hard for me not to steal things, though.
It's your main goal. You need to steal everything so you can have every item possible.
Look, if you want me to, I don't know, save the world or kill the god or whatever the thing is, like the least you could do is let me have everything that's not nailed down,
including
your clothes.
No stealing,
including clothes.
If you steal, all houses are gone for you. Like, you'll steal from one house, you're kicked out. You steal from
Morrowind is so petty.
From house, you're kicked out. There's no houses.
Morrowind is so petty that it will remember that you stole something. So, like, let's say you stole, I don't know, a piece of bread from this merchant. If you try to sell a piece of bread, it doesn't even have to be that piece of bread, but any piece of bread to that merchant, they're going to call you a dirty name. They're going to tell you that you stole that from them. They will attack you. The guards come. So you have to also remember what you took from people, because you might accidentally try to sell it to them later. And it's not, it doesn't show up as stolen in your inventory.
Yep.
That's wow. That's deep.
It should say you stole it in your inventory, because
you got to play Oblivion then, if that's what you want.
Yeah, that's an Oblivion and forward mechanic. Morrowind is hardcore old school.
Morrowind is get a notepad out, take some notes.
Notes. Yep. No lie. Old
piece
school.
Of paper. We have it right here.
Very, very in line with old school first and second edition D&D. Very, very parallel. Like.
Interesting.
Okay. So Bethesda. In space, Starfield. This is my last one for tonight, and it's an indie game. And it's I'm not sure the console releases for the base game, for the original game, but it's called Project Warlock 2. Literally just a direct sequel to Project Warlock. Project Warlock falls within the genre that I love called boomer shooters, which are it's a genre. that are games that are based off of the Doom Classic and Quake sort of line of first-person shooters. And Project Warlock was an amazing, very artistic game in that style. Very fast-paced, a lot of running and gunning. If you enjoy, I'm trying to think of like a modern game that a lot of people may have played in those lines. I don't know. Boomer shooters, actually, the modern Doom actually still qualifies as a boomer shooter just based on how it prioritizes speed and ability of dodging over cover in first-person shooters.
Aim down sight. Yeah.
You're more about ammo management and target priority rather than like quick kills or what do you call that?
Accuracy, like headshot.
No, I'm trying to think of the Call of Duty term. Time to kill. TTK.
Oh yeah, TTK. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're not as concerned with TTK. I mean, you are because how much time are you going to spend on one enemy? If you haven't played Project Warlock, I highly suggest the original one. It's a really cool game. It's very old school style, like sprite work for the artwork. Okay. Very cool game. Project Warlock 2 is coming somewhere down the pipeline. It's just a direct sequel to the game. The premise is that you are a warlock, and that your spells and abilities are there to sort of like, you're basically cleansing the land of an evil, and you just go through, and there's distinct areas in the original Project Warlock. You go through, like, you'll end up being like, you're fighting a bunch of mechs in this area, and this the first area you're fighting, like, you're in a castle fighting like demons and imps and stuff, and another one is sort of modeled after sort of like It and The Thing and like sort of like horror stuff, but you're in like an Arctic outpost, and there's literally like Yetis and stuff, and there's one of them that if you kill, it'll turn into The Thing, like from the movies. Like, so you kill it and it erupts out of the monster and you got to kill it again.
Okay.
Stuff like that, like people in hazmat suits because of that, and it's a really interesting, a lot of references, very referential, has some humor, not a ton, but it's very much, like I said, fast-paced boomer shooter, and Project Warlock 2 is coming out, and I'm just excited. I will say 2 years ago we did our Game of the Year, and Project Warlock was on my list. I think it was number 4. Yeah, so like I'm just excited to see the sequel.
Cool.
I'm gonna
check that out. Project Warlock on PC.
Yeah, it's definitely on PC.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's on everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me find it on the store, because like on PC, I know that it's a fairly cheap game. I just gotta find it.
Okay.
Looks like it's $12 on Steam.
Yeah, same on GOG, $12.
15 on the PlayStation Store.
Okay, dope. I will look into Project Warlock.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It looks cool.
Yeah, there's an Egyptian zone I forgot about. It has a bunch of. It's got RPG elements too, which is a little bit different for the genre. You could level up health and stuff.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like the original, and the sequel is coming out, I think, sometime this year. But it is on my literally on my wish list for GOG. Right? Project Warlock. Soon. Sometimes they give you a date. Nope, just says coming soon.
Okay.
And it's basically upgraded. It's like going from Doom to Quake upgraded. Like, you couldn't look up and down, now you can, kind of deal.
You can. Okay, yeah. Huh.
And it's basically like, imagine if you had guns and magic as well. So he has like magic bullets and stuff.
Okay.
I really like the concept.
So like blade and sorcery, because you can enchant because you can like enchant your gun in VR. In Blade and Sorcery, there's a mod that lets you get a gun in VR with Blade and Sorcery, and you can enchant it with like fire. It's like, and your bullets are fire bullets. Like they literally will go through, they will burn. And like electric bullets, when you shoot them, they stun your enemy, like they shock your enemy.
So stuff like that, like
gravity, you can shoot them and make them float up.
So you have a gun and you have like magic, so it's kind of like a dual wield type of thing going on.
Yeah, like you can shoot fireballs, but you could also imbue your gun with it, so like the bullets are imbued with that magic.
Cool. Oh, sounds like it's that way in Project Warlock too.
So something I just so I'm reading through like the synopsis of 2 just to sort of refresh myself. I forgot about this. Project Warlock doesn't have saving, so like you can continue through like you can continue through a level, but you can't save your progress. You got to beat the level in a session.
Okay. Are
so
they long?
No, they're not too long.
Okay.
The sequel has saving. That's like one of their big selling points is that you can save. Like
That's funny.
It says, let's keep this short. Project Warlock has no saving whatsoever. Project Warlock 2 has all the saving, quick save, manual save, and auto save. This is literally no other save that we could push in there, is what he said.
That's dope.
Yeah, I cannot recommend Project Warlock enough, and number 2 is coming out, so look out for it.
Cool.
That's it for my list. That's everything I had, including let me see. I forgot about Lost Ark. I forgot about Kirby, and I forgot about something else.
Tiny Tina.
Yeah. So like, there's so many good things coming out. Jacon, did you have any more on your list?
I got one more. I can give you one more.
Okay.
Silk Song. Oh my God. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
I can understand why. Unfortunately, have you heard my stories why I can't play this game?
Yes, okay. I have heard. But
yeah,
I do not have the same misfortune.
No, but you don't. Have at it. It looks amazing. I saw the trailer for it and I was like, maybe I should pick that game up again.
Right? But yeah,
because I own it on Switch. That's where I played it.
And we don't. Yeah, I played it on Switch as well, but we don't know anything about it.
Other than that it's an expansion, not expansion, sorry. There is expansion, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a small DLC added to Hollow Knight, like how the Phantom Troop did and all of the other stuff, but like it just kept growing and growing in scope and getting bigger and bigger, and then Hollow Knight exploded, so they're like, hey, we got like all this money and all this resources and all this publicity, let's just make it a whole new game. So they did,
sorry, I meant to say sequel. Yeah, it is a sequel.
Yeah, sequel.
I keep saying expansion, but yeah, it's a sequel. Yeah,
you're not wrong though. You're not wrong, because it was like a Kickstarter, and like it was one of the Kickstarter goals. Like, if we make this much, we'll put a Silk Song on it, and like it just exploded. So
and they're gonna do more.
Hollow Knight's good, and they're gonna do more. So I'm excited, but like I don't know. Here in these Rona times, I heard what was it, like 2 people who made the game, like 2 main people, Team Cherry is like 2 people deep. So it's like, man, one person gets the Rona, that's half your production gone. So I understand why it's taking so long, and they can take all the time they need to craft this beautiful Metroidvania 2D adventure. Take your time. Take your time. I know they feel the rush from the internet. I know the Twitter fiends, every Nintendo Indie Direct, it's put on the clown suit, boy, Silk Song, and it never shows up. But hey, take your time. Don't rush. As if they're listening. Maybe they are. Take your time. Don't rush. And when it hits, it hits. Just know I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Silk Song, man.
I'm on the fence whether I'm going to play it or not, but I liked it before I quit.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight. So
hopefully the game has a bit more colorful and like cheery vibe, so that it's not so like City of Tears and gloomy.
So it's
and lonely,
Yeah, so it's not putting me in the headspace that made me have to quit it. Yeah.
Bingo. So if it's colorful and cheery, and there's more NPCs to interact with, and it's not so depressing, then my man Fortuan could get in on the Hollow Knight action.
Now,
and then maybe you could play Silksong and then go back.
I have overcome a lot of hurdles because of what I went through at that time. I think that Hollow Knight is the last one and probably the biggest one that I would have. I didn't think I would finish God of War because the X and I were actively playing through that. That was something we did a lot together. And then I finished God of War by myself with zero problems later on when I got the PS5. So nice. I might be able to do Hollow Knight. But like I said, it was just how depressing it was and the life situation at the time. I haven't tried.
I get you.
I have not
tried. You're justified. If you do try, definitely hit me up. I'm more than down to help you figure out what charms like go together and have synergy and where to go and how to do it. But for the most part, just go get lost, man. Just go get lost.
That was part of the problem too. It's just like it feels like an effort and futility sometimes. You're just like, yeah, games suck right now. That was my thing. It was that and Mario Tennis that I was just like, I'm done. I can't. I can't. But I will say, you were talking about, I don't remember the game, but you were talking about having like on the side and having all the turn order come up for the game you were talking about.
Arceus.
Yeah, Arceus.
Like an RPG, like we can tell the turns. Yeah.
Octopath Traveler has the same thing, and Octopath Traveler is what revitalized my love for games.
Oh my god, yes, Octopath is incredible.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Project Strategy Triangle. That's another one I'm looking forward to.
Yes, that was where I was going, because I remember we watched the little trailer for it while we were in the car, and I said that's like a mix of Octopath and Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
because it looks like a Fire Emblem game, but it looks like it's from Octopath.
Yeah, it's the art style of Octopath with strategy RPG.
Fire Emblem strategy.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for it too. I can't believe I forgot it. Oh my god.
I did too.
And that game comes out March 4th, and my birthday is the 8th. Happy birthday to me. Shout out to Square Enix for that birthday present, even though I'm going to buy it at full price. But
I had to check on the dog. She was growling. I'm like, what the heck are you doing?
Maybe I'll buy it for you.
Nah, I'll buy you stuff. You save your money and worry about other things. I got you, kid. But Triangle Strategy.
March is going to be packed. Oh my gosh.
Oh, February and March are going dummy right now.
February, especially because
I really got to get on my backlog. I really got to get it. Like, I got to get this done because, like,
who you telling?
Oh my gosh! Because I just added Deathloop. Now, this is 100% what happened. So I wasn't going to play Deathloop. I wasn't going to. I didn't have any interest. My good friend Brian did the exact same thing to me that he did with Fire Emblem Three Houses. No interest in the game. I'm not picking it up. Happy birthday, Cham. Here's this game. You're going to play it because I bought it for you. And I'm like, And you know what I did? I got him back because that's how we started bickering bucks, is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Because I was like, we're doing a podcast about it if you're subjecting me to this. And you're going to hear my opinions, which was positive. I like Fire Emblem Three Houses. But
yeah, it's good. Fire Emblem Three Houses is good. I still have 1.5 houses to play, DLC. But yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
No, I went with the Blue Lions and never went back. I was like, nope, everyone else is evil. We're good.
What? The Golden Deer are pretty nice.
They're nice. Yes. I tried not to kill them. The red girl?
Yeah, that's a bit different. Yeah.
She's evil. She's just...
I want to find something. I wanted to find something out when I saw that the red girl betrayed the houses. I wanted to find out what would happen if you were on her side when that happened.
Yeah, that's the one house I haven't played. Yeah,
I got to cheat because when we did that episode, one of our people did do that house, and I just asked them. I was just like, hey, I don't want to have to play this again because it was amazing, but it was long, really long.
Yeah, it's long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Sasha, that's a big one for the Switch if you want to check it out, is Fire Emblem stuff, because it's... I don't know how are you into strategy RPG, but they're... I don't know. I like them.
Yeah,
I've heard of them. They've come across my radar before. I've just not ever.
Yeah, I would say probably XCOM would have been your closest interaction to that if you ever got into XCOM.
I love XCOM.
So it's a nicer version of XCOM.
Yeah, but like I feel like the thing that's in XCOM that's not in Fire Emblem is aliens.
No, they're there.
No,
they're not to the degree, but they're there.
Okay, yeah.
They're there.
I say like I like XCOM because I like science fiction.
Sure,
so.
No, this is more fantasy.
No, this is fantasy. Yeah. And fantasy and then like there's a sprinkle of like Japanese in there where like you can like kind of low key date your students. You know how it is, like the little like
there is a romance option. I will say this now.
Options, like a little Persona action.
Personally, I'm a big sucker for romance. Always been a hopeless romantic.
You guys are talking to a person who plays BioWare games, so you don't need to sell me on romance.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It felt cool going through the romance thing, and then the game ends and the romance thing sort of wraps up, and I was like, that felt super shallow. Like
that's true too.
Yeah, it just it's not that it's like there was a lot of build up, there wasn't a lot of payoff. It was just like, oh, okay. Like
here, read this. Okay,
being a divorcee, it hit like a big pet peeve with me. Being like, hey, the story's over once you got married. I'm like, bitch, that's just the start.
I mean, but definitely check out Fire Emblem Three Houses, and Triangle Strategy looks super promising. I love the art style.
Yeah, no, the art style is entirely what sold me on Octopath, and then it was the music. I don't, Sasha, if you've ever heard me talk about this, like I said, I had lost faith in games, and then I was I turned on this game, and I was like, I pre-ordered it. I'm just going to try it out. Like I hadn't, and I was actually here. I wasn't living here at the time, but I was actually here visiting because I was my parents, being the nerdy people that they are, that I became nerdy, were hosting a D&D party, and I volunteered to DM for this one shot. So I was prepping. I was setting things up to play later that night, but I thought, I'll have some time to boot up the game and get started at least, right? And then I had to go do some other things. So the game is just sitting on the title screen on the TV. This is Octopath, by the way. And it's just got this lighthearted like travel theme with like a flute and stuff. And I was just like, this is so beautiful. So like it was just playing for an hour on the TV, just like this theme while I was working and doing stuff around the house, and I was just like, I have nothing but good feelings here. Like I dove into that game hard after that, and the music is what really pulled me back in. So the art style too. So Triangle Strategies might be a good one to look into, Sasha, for the Switch. It's, again, I know you're not. You got Andromeda to deal with. I know it. Mass Effect.
Oh, no, not Andromeda. I'm playing Remastered.
Remastered. You already did Andromeda.
One right now.
You already did it.
Yes, I'm done with Andromeda for a long time.
Yeah.
I hear nothing but terrible things about it.
No. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it, but
yeah.
I'm living the dream of Mass Effect 1, but with Mass Effect 3 engine.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying.
The trilogy is incredible.
I really want that for Dragon Age, because that is more my speed, the fantasy over sci-fi.
Well, that's the only thing left on my list is Dragon Age 4.
Okay. Hey. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I don't have much to say that would like totally ruin the story for you. About it, if you are ever going to play at least Inquisition.
I do want to, but the problem is just like I booted it up, and I was like, I got so many other games I want to play, and the beard options. It's the only time I've looked at it and it's set. I'm not kidding. There have been 2 times in the history of video games that I've looked at something and like, that looks like crap and I can't handle it. And it was Age of Conan, which is the old Conan MMO before like we're talking like it was supposed to be a WoW killer back in the day.
WoW killer. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I said supposed to be. It didn't come close.
No.
But it's like 2007, 2008 this thing came out. And it was supposed to be like you could do finishing moves on enemies and stuff. So it was supposed to be like an adult WoW. And I was like, yeah, I'm into it. But like I got into this MMO, same pay model, $15 a month and everything. And I'm like max level 60. I'm level 55. I'm riding a giant mammoth for my mount. It's feeling good.
Yeah.
And then I got back into WoW at the same time, and my level 15 undead sorcerer looked like, I don't know, awesome at level 15. My level 55 barbarian looked like he rolled out of a gutter still. And I was wearing like gear. Like I was not like wearing bad gear. I was like geared. And I'm like,
yeah, you was rolling in. You were up there.
This doesn't feel right. Like I feel like I want to look like Genghis Khan or like a conqueror of worlds and I'm near max level. And my just piddly undead guy on WoW just looks better. Just like, and I was just like, I'm out. Canceled my subscription. I never played it again.
Dang.
And that's like
off the rip.
And Inquisition, I booted it up and the beard looked like black spaghetti on his face. And I was just like, I can't.
Black spaghetti. Oh no.
It was just bad. I was like, I want to be a dwarf,
Dang.
but I don't want to look at that.
Well, the only thing I have to say about it without like spoiling things for people is that Inquisition ended on a cliffhanger in 2014 for me.
Oh.
And you want to see that? Yeah, you want to see that resolved. I 100%
years. Oh heck no!
And I will tell you, like my love for Dragon Age is deep. I pre-ordered it. Like I paid for EA's subscription so I could play Dragon Age Inquisition 7 days early, and took a week off of work so I could play video games.
Ooh, that's deep. That's dedicated.
Now
and so this game, this story has been just waiting to be wrapped up since 2014 for me.
So,
Man.
Sasha, something really cool I didn't tell you. I completed and did a whole playthrough of Dragon Age 2, like back in the day on PS3, right?
Mm-hmm.
EA still remembers that. All of my decisions are still there, and I can import them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so
I don't have to replay 2. But I do have
You
to
don't have to pre-play any of the games anyway, because if you have an EA account, you can just do the choice generators.
No,
you can do
I know that.
From Origins through.
Now, I probably will play 4. But I'm hoping I get to play, because 1 I was legitimately enjoying, if you remember, and then it just kept crashing and I couldn't keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I want to keep playing it.
Man.
But like Inquisition, I was just like, no, I can't. I can't. Now, but I want to play it because like it is. I'm finally in the mindset where like that kind of feels like a good gameplay. When I first played Dragon Age 1 on PS3, like way back in the day, I was like, this sucks. Like the battle system on PS3 sucked, and it's not the game's fault. I think it was the port's fault. Like the way they handled stuff. Like that was just bad.
I couldn't imagine going from PC to PlayStation or Xbox port with Origins, because like I played it through having not ever played it at all on PC, and realized there were some limitations with like, yeah, you could pick a bunch of different spells or actions or whatever you picked for your class, but you were only limited to the 6 hotkeys for your like whatever you could put on console. So it needed a toolbar. It needed it badly.
Yeah.
Only 6.
Yeah, I mean, they even did that for Diablo 2 Remake. They even gave it an action bar when it used to just be left and right click. Like, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I really just want this story to be wrapped up cleanly.
Fair.
Right.
And I will say, if you find yourself going back to Inquisition, you need to play as a Dalish elf for the whole story. The whole story.
Oh, you have to choose elf to get the whole...
If you really want the whole story, you need to play a female Dalish elf.
I understand. Having played 2, I understand why. I know why. Because there's a lot with the Dalish elves that of just like oppression, like all sorts of...
Oh, snap.
So like my personal preference for playing through the game is to play as a female human because I like Colin, but for the full story, you got to go with Solus.
Huh. Interesting. I will keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Well,
I can't help it. My spirit animal is a dwarf. I pick a dwarf in everything. Like,
I started off with dwarf, and I was like an hour into the game and realized that Varric was not a romance option, so I just restarted.
I mean, I can be a dwarf that tries to romance an elf. I'll cross that bridge.
They are quite racist.
I know they are. Yes, I know they are. That's a big thing. Like the dwarves in Dragon Age are like dicks. Like all of them are bad. Like,
wow.
In the story for what was it? 1? Yeah, the beginning story. I was like, hi, I had to kill some people in a gladiator arena to prove my innocence, or something like that, and then like I had to like drug somebody to get into the arena. It was like, holy cow! Like these people are brutal. Like these are not like Tolkien / D&D dwarves. These are greedy miser. Like this is the bad end of dwarves. Like, oof.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do then, man, I guess.
But I mean, I still like dwarves a lot. But yeah, I get why the Dragon Age, I get what you're saying. I did romance the elf in 2. And that's why I know a lot of that stuff. Because a lot of that social issue stuff came up in 2. That they didn't expand upon because it was 2. It was just there.
Because I romanced Anders in Dragon Age 2, and that was a whole thing.
Oh.
Anders, wasn't he the human?
He's just the mage terrorist.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Yes, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Holy cow.
A whole terrorist. Wow.
Oh yeah.
So Dragon Age 4. Here we are. Dragon Age 4. Okay.
I understand the hype now. Yeah.
So I think Sasha, do you have any more, or was that the last one?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay. So I think we have sufficiently talked about all the games we are looking forward to.
For sure.
It looks like the front end of the year is pretty loaded. With games starting as soon as what, next week? Is it next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Is it the 28th? I don't know.
28th.
I think I'm going to take time off of work in April because it seems like March is going to be a good month for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, because March we're hitting
Tiny Tina and Weird West.
Weird West, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weird West, yeah. Jeez.
I think it's also when Kirby's out. I think Kirby is also
Kirby's March. Yeah.
Not that affects Sasha as much, but that affects us too. I mean that's 3 games right there in March that I'm like.
And Triangle Strategy is March.
Oh my gosh, I can't do
the
this.
4th.
I'm still supposed to crown hunt too. Like I basically have like a 3-week time to crown hunt before I'm hitting new games, and I'm not even going to hit stuff like I haven't even touched Immortals, Phoenix Rising, or Deathloop.
Bro,
or I'm supposed to be starting
Immortals, Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, I haven't touched
That's
it.
That's a good game.
I know. Everyone tells me.
I've been playing it. I play it. It's a great game.
Everyone tells me, but I just can't. I don't get the time. Like I don't. It's.
Yeah, I have Scarlet Nexus for PS5. It's still in the wrap. Like it's still in the plastic.
Yeah. That's what Deathloop is. It's still in the plastic. I even have Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I don't even know what I'm going to do with. I tried to force Guardians of the Galaxy for bickering bucks so that I could actually play the game.
You got to make it business, otherwise it ain't happening.
But no, I gotta play Arceus for bickering bucks, which I was gonna do anyways. So, but
yeah,
I started joking about Scarlet Nexus. I said, "How you liking Scarlet Nexus?" When I noticed it was still in the wrap, and he's like, "As people played it,
whatever." I mean, Bandai Namco.
if I wasn't self-conscious about the disheveled or disorganization of my game cabinet right now, I'd show you. There's literally I have a stack of games that I'm like haven't started. Like there's just a stack.
Tragic.
And that's just PS5. That doesn't like I'm caught up on Switch. Switch is good. I've got everything on Switch I've caught up on.
It's the easiest to play. I mean, you can play it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense.
There are 15 things on Good Old Games I haven't started that I want to.
Oh.
And I'm like, and this isn't like the Steam library where it's like, oh, I have all these games that I bought and I never played. There are games on that list that I have bought that I will never play. And I know I won't. Stuff like Ultima 4. Like, I'm not playing that, but I respect the Ultima franchise. When it was $1, I will buy it to support Ultima. Like, that's fine.
That's fair, yeah.
But, like, I'm running out of time. I've always said I need a hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball Z.
Yo, get out of my head. I was just about to say that. We need a hyperbolic video game chamber.
It needs to have both a sleep mode and a game mode, and then it doesn't super age me because that's a very bad downside of the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, it is.
It's like I go in there and I game for as long as my brain can stand it. Mm-hmm. And then go to sleep.
Step out. Mm-hmm.
And I wake up and I've had a nice 8-hour rest.
Oh.
And I'm ready to go through the day. Like, that's what just needs to happen. Like, I just need that.
Yeah, I agree. Because as much as I love game, I don't do anything. Like, I don't watch much Netflix. I don't watch TV. Mm-mm. It's YouTube and video games, right? Because YouTube is one of the few places like, oh, some guy made this in his house and put it out in the world. It's kind of more authentic that way.
Sure.
Rather than like TV and production. I was like, I can feel the producer saying, here, stand like this and say this. That's not reality TV. Anyway. But yeah, all I do is play games, watch YouTube. And I don't have enough time.
I don't, you know, between the podcast, gaming, I've stopped doing the art stuff that I've been doing because I was just like, I don't have the drive or time to do it right now. Work has been kicking my butt. Like I was talking about, like, I was working on New Year's and stuff like that. And, I'm working again, work is a lot more difficult this year so far. The atomic plant still irks me. And then social things that I'm trying to do, hang out with friends, play board games, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, I don't, where does time go? I don't have any time. And I'm days like today where it's like, hey, I'm going to drive to Dayton and back to get the kids because they want to go to this Cub Scout thing. And
was it 3 hours for you?
4. It's 4. It's
4.
I left. Two-way. So.
Oh, there and back is 4.
Yeah. So I left it. I left at 7:15 this morning, and I got home at like noon, because we also were at the event, and then I had a full day with the kids after getting up that early, and I didn't sleep well last night. So I was just like, we were sitting here playing. What were we playing? Oh, we were playing Diablo, and I was falling asleep playing Diablo. Like,
you gotta take that nap. You gotta get that nap.
And the girls are like, Daddy, don't go to sleep. You need to help us. And I'm like, Yes, the Crusader is here to help. I will block you with my shield.
Out of there. Tragic.
Oh, anyways. But thank you, Joy-Con J and TJ, joining us tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
As always, Sasha. Love having you on. Unfortunately, Ace, like I said, couldn't join us. But we're probably going to wrap it up here because we are getting on the 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
We're not quite there, but we're getting there. So thanks everyone for watching and listening. Be sure to catch us at HunterSubPod on Twitter. Be sure to check out all the shows we're doing. Bickering Bucks, the weekly show. We just did our game show last week. It was a really fun one.
That was fun. I would have smoked y'all if I was on there, by the way. Like
there's another one next month if you want to challenge me.
Man, I was listening. I was like, hey, ain't that Soul Calibur? Bet. Isn't that No More Heroes? Bet. Oh man.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
I'm gonna. It's very hard to come up with person neutral questions. You know what I mean? Like,
true. Yeah.
Like you don't know what people are gonna know. My favorite part is when Sasha guessed the name of Sands of Time. Like,
oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that.
That was just
I also love that I keep getting Kingdom Hearts, even though I don't play Kingdom Hearts. I keep getting those.
Right. And and I don't.
Hearts,
No one knows beforehand what these games are. The only thing people know beforehand is the years. And when they're picking, I've picked 3 games that they don't know what they are, and then I make them pick A, B, or C, which they don't even know the order.
Yeah. I know. I heard. I listened to it last week. It was good. So because I tend to listen to a couple podcasts when I'm on my second job. Like, I stay in a car and I drive through a neighborhood and like look at houses and stuff. It's second job stuff. It's boring, but I get to play whatever I want. So I load up some of my favorite pods and
I'm glad we're on the list. Thank you.
Yeah. You guys are high on the list. So I was like, I'm all right. They doing a game show. This is gonna be dope. And Preacher was in there. He was hype as hell. He was talking about Joey Wheeler and stuff with the Yu-Gi-Oh. I was there, man. I was listening.
Yeah. That was a much closer game. Like game 1, Sasha destroyed, but game 2, 6, 6, and 5. I was pretty proud of how close that was.
That's good.
Ace's spirit die when I got the 3-pointer on that Sims question. Like his face, he just went.
just swallow the hurt.
Dang.
So I think what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to do those early in the month. Probably the first episode of the month is what we're gonna try to shoot for.
Okay.
And that is going to be an ongoing thing for the foreseeable future.
Nice.
I have been kicking around the idea of a different kind of game show, but this is going to be on hold until Sasha's not here because I'm thinking of a Monster Hunter one.
Okay. All right.
And it's not going to be the same. It's not the same format because there's only so many Monster Hunter titles. It's literally like a Jeopardy style. Like
you should. What is that? I got the ABA conference in what did I say, April?
Yeah.
Isn't that when I registered for it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or you could buy Monster Hunter Rise for $30 for your Switch at Walmart.
Oh no,
and become one of us.
I'm going deep history on this. She wouldn't. She could be crown hunting by April and not know some of the information I'm going to throw at people on this one. Like
fair enough.
I don't want to spoil something too much for the show, but I was thinking of questions just driving into work the other day. Because, not a lot to do when you're driving, right? So,
right.
The question I had thought of, in what title and what version of Monster Hunter did the dual blades appear?
2, but like a G rank of 2. I forgot what Freedom. No, see, I started with Try, but I know the dual blades were in Freedom Unite.
Okay, so here it's a tricky one because it was in the original Monster Hunter, so Monster Hunter 1, but it was only in the North America and PAL versions. It was later patched into the Japanese version. It was the only weapon that the only thing in Monster Hunter existence that North America and the PAL regions got before Japan. Period.
Hey, super deep cut. Yeah, all right then.
So stuff like that. Stuff like that, where it'd be like way over a newcomer's head. Like, and there'd be some easy stuff in there too, obviously.
For sure.
Those are like the
but
two.
Still become one of us. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've been lightly suggesting it throughout the show. Like, and when we brought Sasha on, I was like, to me, it's not a problem if you're not a Monster Hunter fan, because I like having the other opinion. I like hearing more.
For sure.
Like, I didn't get into Mass Effect and stuff like that as much as she did, because I don't like space as much. So, like, it's nice to hear other opinions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
In no way is anyone ever required to like Monster Hunter to be on the show. It's just
but
it's just how I got the podcast started.
Yeah,
and I am definitely part of the Monster Hunter community.
It would be super dope to hear her develop as a hunter too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for that type of journey as well. But it's not required. I'm just being goofy.
You're being us. You're being hunters.
Yeah, do you?
We want to we want to make everyone a hunter because it's such a good game.
And I have recently been successful in another Discord server I got like 2 or 3. Like, they were like, yo, Jay, I've been watching your YouTube vids, bro. You're making me hype about the game. I'm gonna get it. Okay, if you get it, I'm here for you, dog. And they got it. And I was like, yo, what up, us? Let's go.
Hey, and like I said, if someone pings me on the Discord, I'm home, I potentially still could play, although I might be like 60 hours into another Toby Kadachi hunt where I'm just trying to get the right one, and I'm just oh man,
struggle. But
it's making me mad. I'm going to go right to it after this episode. I'm going to go right back to it because, like, I want to get it done. It is a compulsion at this point.
Oh man.
But also, folks listening, be sure to check out at Joycon_J. Right?
Yep, that's my Twitter. And then on YouTube, I'm just JCan, right? So if you like YouTube /C/JCan, and if you type in JCan, JAYCAN, no space, all together, because J can do it. You feel me, JCan? Anyway, it's lame, but it's my name. If you type it in, I should be the first result that pops up. So yeah, appreciate you.
It's not lame at all. Every single one of my playlists, because my real name is Chamuel, and I go by Cham. So every single one of my playlists is Cham Jam. I always do it. I have to do it.
Yeah, and of course, TJ is featured on the channel heavily. We got a playlist specifically father-son hunts. So if you want more of us interacting, you can head there too. We're probably gonna record something tomorrow, huh? You want to wake up in the morning and record something?
Not in the mornings. Maybe sometime in the morning.
Ooh, okay.
Look, this guy wants to sleep in on his last day of the weekend.
I'm not a morning person.
Oh, you guys aren't taking MLK off? You guys don't have MLK off?
You do have MLK off. I don't think you go to school Monday.
Yeah, we have Monday because MLK.
Yeah, we can film something Monday too. Man, let's do it. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I have the girls an extra day because of that. So
yeah. I still go to work though. Like, that's why I forgot. I was like, Monday I'll be going to work.
Oh, but, no.
Yeah, let's do it.
We told the Atomic Plant we don't work Monday because, like, I have the girls. I can't go. And they're like, no, you work Monday. And we're like, no, we don't. And they're like, yeah, we do. And then my brother Cave was like, okay, we'll be on Monday. I'm like, well, have fun because I'm not there. Like, you just did that to yourself. Like, whatever.
Nah, my main job, I work at a gym, personal training. So, like, I could choose to close it, but I work when everybody else doesn't, right? So if they got the day off, they want to come in and get their session in the morning.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, appreciate you having us on.
Yeah,
this guy wants to go to sleep, even though he doesn't want to admit it.
That was the way I was.
There's only been like two actual games I've been able to talk about, and like
you talking about Five Nights at Freddy, you talking about Kirby, you talked about Smash.
No, I meant like. We didn't talk about Smash.
A little bit. With Bayonetta.
Oh.
Well, I meant like 2 full games, like Kirby and Arceus.
Okay.
Those were just little comments.
Okay, one more real quick, go.
Okay, yeah, why not?
What?
One more real quick, go.
How many? Oh. There is a game we missed. Well, it's not coming up soon. It'll be coming up in 2023.
Dude,
but 2020. No, the trailer said 2023.
The suspense is killing me.
It is 2022.
It's 2022, but it's.
I don't know when it is.
Go ahead, just say the name. Just say it.
Splatoon 3.
Oh, Splatoon, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? If they have the Horde mode still, I'm in. That was my favorite part of 2.
Yeah. So we have 2 copies. I have a copy. He has a copy, and we play together. And we
Salmon Runs. That's what they're called. Yeah.
Salmon Run. Yeah. We play Salmon Run pretty deep. And you're excited for it? Yeah.
I want to try their new storyline.
Yeah. I want to play a new storyline, and maybe we can even play ranked together. Because by the time you got Splatoon 2, I was way ranked up because you got your Switch after me. So we'll get it at the same time. Maybe we could play together. Sound good?
Rank
up. All right. Yeah. Splatoon.
Yeah. Splatoon 3.
You and Splatoon 2.
My problem with Splatoon is it makes me want to play
level 100 by the time I finally got Splatoon 2.
I can't play Splatoon.
It makes you want to play?
I can't play Splatoon because it makes me want to play Call of Duty. And then I play Call of Duty for a month and a half and I quit. It's just like that competitive shooterness, it just like rises up. It's like I want something that's more realistic but arcadey at the same time. And Call of Duty always fits that for me. And I'm just like, I gotta do it.
Play it and you're like,
and then I don't hate it. I never hate it, but I just like I do everything I want to do and then I'm done. And I'm very much a completionist where I will play a gun till I diamond or gold it or whatever, and then I move on to the next gun. And I do it for every type, and I never get through a full gun. I just don't.
I see. So yeah.
Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
If people want to get a hold of me or Sasha, we're in the Discord. Sasha doesn't do social media, so Discord it is. Join us. Yeah. I put it out there with the episode every time. There's an invite to the event. So if you're looking to join the Discord, it is on the Twitter post for this episode. Under, like I said, @HunterSubPod on Twitter. And thank you guys for watching and listening. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.